just smoked another to the face. Yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake. Yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real. You hip in the front so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money. Money in the bank. Come on with a dank. Scrolling in the tank. Rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Morat.
What up, though?
We got JB Smooth in the TD booth. Big goofy ass, dumb ass Chris on the 1 to 2s. I apologize, guys. It's a Friday. We got a few in us. Ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We also have actually two rookies in the building.
Two rookies in the building.
One off cam. They're still like rookie, red shirting. But we do have Lucas Klotz, the official. Turn his mic on, actually.
Turn his mic on, Chris.
It's on.
Jeez.
Oh, it's on? I can't hear him.
I could hear him.
Say it again. Say something, Luke.
Can you not hear
Maybe
that?
we just can't hear you. So much of a rookie, you know, talking to a fucking microphone.
I'm speaking. Some tone.
I hear you now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little better now.
Chris didn't have your mic on.
I'm so drunk I can't hear.
My heart's beating too
Chris
fast.
does do that. I swear I did that. I don't know what happened to
Yeah.
Okay, easy in these false narratives.
That is not a false narrative. That is true.
100%.
You be doing
I
that all the time.
uploaded those, but they're not in there.
I don't know. It's just
But
weird.
I did upload those. And they were
This motherfucker, bro. Anyway, this is actually, I don't think you got an announcement. Gabby got an announcement. It's only the girls get
Yeah.
announcements around this mofo.
I noticed that. I was kind of looking forward to it.
Ask for it.
It's all good.
The
I'll grind under the radar. I'll earn it.
The official, brand new Nick Leach of Woodward Sports.
Nick Leach 2.0.
The social media manager, Lucas Klotz.
Excited
First
to be
time on the
here.
show. Are you nervous?
A little bit.
He's
There's
got a
some
fear
nerves
boner.
there.
He's got a fear boner, Chris
That's
said.
what Chris said before the
Floating a
show.
little bit. It's not there. Not too much nerves.
What are you most excited to talk about today?
Definitely playoffs. I think Trevor Lawrence has a chance to shine. I think they honestly do have a chance of beating the Chiefs. If they can stop Mahomes 3 times, they have a chance.
Ooh. Okay.
I think Trevor Lawrence is the MVP next year. So.
Ooh.
I think he's just a bona fide winner. He's done it wherever he's won.
Bona fide winner.
Peyton
Bona fide
Manning's
winner.
storyline's coming.
MVP next year, huh?
Bona fide winner. Storyline's coming.
They don't even have Calvin Ridley yet.
Yeah.
That's going to, between Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, and Calvin Ridley, that's going to be nasty. And Evan Ingram.
I forgot about Calvin Ridley. They might draft somebody this year, too.
In the AFC South.
Yeah.
AFC South's a joke.
Super winnable
Like
division.
they could be one of those teams. Honestly, next year they'll probably be like the frauds. Like they'll have 12, 13 wins, but then everybody's
the
going to have them
Vikings.
like Super Bowl favorite. They'll get
Yeah.
bounced out in the divisional, but they're coming up for sure.
Look, before the season started, that was like one of my hot takes, I guess you'd say.
I mean, Doug Peterson had Carson Wentz as playing an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
So I won't be surprised if he does it with Trevor Lawrence.
Did you guys see that stat about Trevor Lawrence undefeated on Saturdays?
Yeah, never lost
Yeah.
a Saturday in his life.
Saturdays are for Trevor Lawrence.
From Pee Wee up until now.
That shit's crazy.
Do you take stock into that, like David Blau's brother-in-law?
I do take stock into David Lau's brother-in-law. Yes, Christian Gonzalez. We're going to talk about that today. I do think the Detroit Lions would be the team to take the first cornerback off the board in this year's NFL draft. And I'm hoping
They should be.
They should be. They should be, unless
There's a little trade.
other human beings are there and or trade. And we're going to talk about that. We'll get to it. Matt Weiss, or Weiss, however you want to pronounce it, officially.
He's out of there. Yeah, Ward Manuel released a statement, and he said, after review of university policies, the athletic department has terminated the appointment. He said appointment. I'm sure he meant employment of OC/quarterback coach Matt Weiss. They will not go any further at this time. So,
That's such a Michigan.
what do you think he did?
They're too fancy to use the word employment.
Yeah.
They're just gonna throw in-
Appointment.
We had an appointment.
Well, technically, appointment means he was appointed to the offensive coordinator position.
Yeah. Michigan's full of nerds for sure.
Yeah, full of nerds for sure. What would you ask me though? I apologize.
What do you think? What do you think he did?
So technically, it's not like a criminal charge as of now, from my understanding. Listening to Amani and Edwards with Maz the other day, it's strictly only campus police.
Yeah.
That I don't know. I don't understand unless his home's on campus.
Sounds about what?
Sounds about what? I don't know. I don't know if campus police. Yeah, his home must be on campus, right? For them to like raid his home
Yes.
as campus police.
I'm sure his home was on campus.
Yeah, because like if it was
Ann Arbor is a wild campus, too.
Yeah.
It's like it's basically a city.
Yeah. Okay, that
And,
makes sense.
and there's a forest inside. It's weird.
There's a forest inside of it?
Ann Arbor is like a forest.
Yeah.
Let's go pee
It's
in it.
weird because it's like half college campus,
So
and then
Chris was
right in
born.
the middle is like just giant city.
Chris
Like,
doesn't
it's
look
weird.
he's born in the forest.
Chris is an escaped tree from the Ann Arbor forest.
You want to know something funny? You want to know something funny? I used to be allergic to trees.
Doesn't even
What
make
does that
sense.
even mean?
I used to be allergic to trees.
Just all trees?
like Christmas trees because they.
Okay, yeah,
So, yeah.
that's a specific tree.
Pine tree.
You
Yeah.
can't just say trees.
Well, I don't know. I wasn't gonna take my chances. Every year for the first 5 years, my parents are like, "Damn, this kid gets really sick on Christmas." And
Man,
then they
this
figured
kid
it out.
really hates trees.
Yeah.
Did you
I used to
climb
climb
trees,
trees
as a
all the
kid?
time.
I did when I got older because I grew out of it. Like
You grew out
trees
of
don't
your
bother me now.
allergy
Around
to
like
trees.
15,
Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
Are you
something
still
like that.
allergic to Christmas trees?
No, I curbed that at 22.
Okay.
Jeez. That's when you started climbing trees at 22?
I was waiting for somebody to pick that up.
It's like, hey, there's something nice up there.
Oh, man.
Did you picture that guy climbing a tree?
Dude, no,
Chris?
it's terrible.
In 2 steps, he's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's got
but
the
it
reach
also,
for
He's
it.
got the reach for it.
You
I
got
got
the
the pitch. You
I
got
have
the
the
limb to
reach, but
limb.
it's also it's a gift and a curse because it's also really difficult to move all that limbs. Like it's a lot.
Yeah, you could have like the George Pickens effect that you could run like a
Don't know who that
4-4 and
is.
cleat riving, but it's just because
Yeah,
long,
he
lengthy.
doesn't know who George Pickens
Doesn't know
is.
who that is.
He doesn't.
He's a
Okay.
tree. It's a type of tree.
Trees don't watch football, dude. What do you think?
I'm saying Chris as a tree climber, you could be like the George Pickens, like a long effect. You can scale up him pretty fast.
Yeah, makes sense.
What?
Never mind. Next point.
Is George Pickens like a tree climber?
I'm more of an oak tree guy
I
myself.
was comparing his build.
Nobody cares
A
about
length-
the tree
a lengthy
preferences,
build.
Chris.
Definitely hate pine trees. F pine trees.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm glad we got to it. Well, let's talk about Michigan State basketball. Michigan State ended up beating Rutgers last night. It was a good performance. Rutgers was ranked 23. Michigan State took it to them. They shot 54% from 3. Hogard Walker and Akins all hit 3 threes in the contest. And my guy, Jackson Kohler, had his dog awakening moment, had his dog reckoning moment where he came off the bench and he went for 12 and 11. It was impressive. He got inserted into the lineup about a minute and a half into the second half because Matty Sissoko could not come down with the board.
That's crazy.
They ended up Rutgers got 4 offensive rebounds in the
He's so
possession.
inconsistent.
That ended up with a dunk. Yeah, he's very raw, like Chris when he sees a pine tree. So it's I was happy to see that. It's Michigan State has been lacking an interior presence all year. I don't know if he can be that, but it's better than not having anyone. And Michigan State played some great ball. They ended up getting hot down the stretch and blowing out Rutgers. So I was happy with that.
Now, what's Rutgers ranked? Are they a good
They were
team?
23.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's not like
Well, I mean,
a
Michigan
big
State's
one.
not ranked.
I think it's bullshit that Michigan State's not ranked.
Yeah. I mean, no,
What's Kentucky right now? What'd they fall to?
I'm not sure. I don't think they're ranked either.
Yeah. That sucked because that looked like a win.
Michigan lost last night. No, they played Maryland. They lost. Hunter Dickinson did this like jerk-off celebration
That was
after he hit a
funny.
3. It was
I
pretty
did see
funny.
that, yeah.
I saw Michigan fans like, Hunter, that's not nice. There's children watching.
Yeah.
I hate Hunter Dickinson, so I'm
Children
all
are
for
appointed to the game.
Hunter Dickinson might be like my most hated sports player of all time.
Really?
Yeah, he's up. He's up there for sure.
Why?
He's just a douche.
Even like over like Grayson Allen.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I know because Grayson Allen.
He went to Michigan State, so it's like a...
Grayson Allen never did anything
Yeah, but
personal. to me.
Duke.
Yeah, but he had Hunter Dickinson like went out. He called
He didn't
Tom
call
Izzo.
him. He didn't call him that. He was on the podcast.
The guys on this podcast
Yeah.
compared Izzo to Hitler, which honestly, God, I didn't think it was like that big of a deal. But I mean, you know how it is. Anytime like Michigan and Michigan State hate each other so much that like
Yeah.
the littlest thing, the other fan base is like going to cling on to it.
Yes.
This guy's an Ohio State fan, by the way.
Yeah, I know. He's from Ohio.
Yeah, he's from
it
Toledo.
is.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't care. You can
Yeah.
be an Ohio
09.
State fan. Doesn't
TOL
matter.
shout out.
What'd you say?
It's a TOL shout out. Toledo.
TOL
Oh.
shout out. How whack is that?
Toledo's a
We
wild-
shout out the 313.
Yeah, with 313 here.
Detroit. He's a TOL shout out. What's,
TOL, dude.
what's Toledo's area code?
419.
419?
That's
Oh,
pretty
okay.
cool.
I guess yeah, it would sound pretty sweet. I guess.
419. Shout out Toledo. We got all the white
Shout out.
bitches. We're close to Cedar Point.
It's like a 45-minute
Joe
trip.
Kim Noah hates us.
So we sat courtside at a Pistons game, and there was a LA fan. It was like versus the Lakers, and he was just talking mad shit. And Spinney like hollered back at him. He's like, "Yo, are you from LA? Like, what the hell did you say to him?"
Yeah, he was talking shit. He's talking shit about the Pistons. He was jerking the Lakers. I was like, oh, how long did you live in L.A.? He's like, I haven't. I was like, oh, okay. I turned back around.
and then the whole section turned. Like, people are like, yeah, he's probably from Toledo.
Yeah.
I want to be Detroit.
Yeah. I turned around. I was like, you're from Ohio? And you're talking shit about Detroit? He's like, I'm not from Ohio, guys.
He shut the fuck up.
There really is nothing good to say about Toledo.
The guy behind us.
That's why you guys.
It's like the crossroads of Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit, Cincinnati, and it's just like nothing good comes from it.
Yeah, if you're like,
you're from it.
If you're saying you're not good enough in Cincinnati,
like.
Yeah, I wish we were Cincinnati. Like,
I mean, we got the Walleye, the Toledo Walleye, the Mud Hens.
Mud Hens, shout out Mud Hens.
What are the Walleye? Is that a hockey team or some shit?
Yeah.
Shout out Mud Hens.
Shout out the Mud Hens. I was texting a girl and she's like, "Yeah, we're going to see the Walleye or whatever." I'm like, "Is it that boring? You go watch people fish?" And she's like, "No, it's a hockey team." I'm like, oh,
that's in Northwest Ohio, man. There's not a lot to do.
If I was in Ohio, I'd just go to Cedar Point all the time.
I'm not a big roller coaster
guy. It does, but you get burnt out of it.
Oh, dude, fuck that.
What do you mean?
Fuck.
You don't like roller coasters?
No.
Oh my.
No.
Why not?
Boo this man.
Boo.
You like you're going to see wrestling tonight. You can't say nothing.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But why? I'm not talking like. I can understand not going to like a fair. Cause that shit's sketchy. You got toothless meth addicts sitting that shit up in like a week.
Running it too.
Bring your kids. That's a little sketchy.
That is fair.
But like Cedar Point's legit.
It is very legit.
I'm good on that. I'm good on being tossed from many heights. No, I'm just not me.
Valraven is.
Fuck that.
That is
it like hangs you off the edge. On the drop,
it's not fun.
And it like curves. Dude, that shit is awesome. What are you talking
The
about?
only bad thing since I've been alive that I heard there, the Raptor, the green one where it's the green and purple one. Somebody was like climbing a fence to go get their phone the one time, and they had like obvious don't climb, and the ride was coming down. Head just got
kicked their head off.
Yeah, dude.
Kicked the head off.
I think it was the day LeBron was there too, so there's like a bunch of media there and stuff. And
you didn't hear about that?
That'd be a way to go out.
How long ago was this?
I don't know. It was a couple years ago. But
yeah, it was probably like I don't know, probably like 5-6 years ago.
Kicked her head off.
Could you imagine that being your foot?
Wild.
Yeah, her foot was destroyed.
I probably.
But like I forget what comedian said it. I think it was Bill Burr or some comedian. I think it was Bill Burr, but they were like, if you ever break an ankle or break a limb, the one thing that happens is people walk up to you and you're like, how did it happen? Can you imagine being that person and having 10 people a day walk up to you and be like, how did it happen? Be like, yeah, I punted this dude's head 50 yards.
Brett Maher heard it.
Yeah. You know what I hate though, when you do find those people and you ask them that, like, hey, what happened? They're like, oh, my nerve touched my conjugal function.
Yeah.
Bitch, I want to know the story.
Yeah,
tell me how that
my shoulder hurts is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, that too. We ain't gonna go too far to that one, but tell me how it happened. How did you break your conjugal dysfunction snide nerve?
Yes.
Yeah. Like that shit.
That's the worst.
The dragster,
like, oh yeah, I broke my foot. I can clearly
down.
see your fucking foot's broken. How'd you do it?
dragster anyway is overrated.
So they're taking it down?
It was in. There's just too much paper and it fell out.
Dragster's overrated. You wait an hour and a half for a 10-second ride. It's like, any girl who comes out to have drinks with me, and she's just waiting a couple hours for a 10-second ride, and then I'm going to sleep. But the dragster is overrated.
Yeah, and there's nothing worse than like waiting an hour and a half, and then they decide that there's too much wind, so you just waited for nothing. You got to go all the way back.
Yeah. I'm a big Millennium Force, obviously. He's been voted best roller coaster in the world for like 10 years in a
Classic.
row. Valraven is fire. The Maverick is fire. The Raptor's fire. It just hurts your nards. I like the Wicked Twister a lot too, but they got rid of that.
Yeah, that's gone now. You try that Steel Vengeance one?
Steel Vengeance
that's
is dope.
That's a good ass one.
Steel Vengeance is dope.
You know what else is fire?
What's that?
Swiss Insurance.
It is.
You want to know why? After the holiday season, they help you, insure all those cool little gifts you got.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, for the last 8 weeks, in the last 8 weeks, Swiss has saved its clients an average of 26% on their insurance premiums while increasing the coverage. It's a lot of money to not spend at Cedar Point or wrestling. Just buy season tickets, invite your boy out. I'm going to come with you and get lit. We're going to have a good time. Matter of fact, might have our boy Nick, new intern Nick. Actually, I'm going to send that picture to you, JB, at some point. We'll shout out Nick and his him joining us. But check out Swiss Insurance. Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodSports.com. I am the only yellow man. You pretty on this one, too. Why does that camera do that?
JB, can you turn off the AC?
Oh, yeah. That's my bad. Have, he's TD and have, Chris do it. Or Lucas to do it. You're good, JB. Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spinmo Racks.
What up, though?
We got JB Smooth in the TD booth. Young Chris in the 1s and 2s. Lucas, the rookie, making his debut in the Woodward Heavyweights. Shout out. You got a podcast too, right?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Up to Score Podcast.
Now, how many, Chris, can you turn the music down a little bit? Yeah. How many episodes deep are you?
Honestly, like, I had the podcast started, like, the name of it probably, like, a year and a half ago. Started doing, like, edits with it, and then started doing my own thing where I'd be, like, reporting stuff and kind of giving my own 2 cents on it. But I definitely, I haven't really got the podcast part of it that much, so. Put her now?
Yeah.
Oh,
but,
yeah,
okay. But anyways, I haven't really got, like, the podcast portion of it, but it's coming for sure. It's going to be.
You don't got no podcast then.
It's coming. Go check it out.
Check out what? You don't got the podcast.
Check it out. Rip. They don't know.
Speaking of Rip, Matt Weiss,
yes,
officially fired.
Rip, yeah, he kicked the bucket. We still don't know exactly what he did, but he was fired by the university. There's a lot of talk over who's going to replace him, what's going to happen. Obviously, Sherrone Moore is the obvious choice to just step up into the full OC role because he was the co-OC last year. But there's a lot going on. If they do have him step up, who takes over his responsibilities as quarterbacks coach? What's going on there? You talked about your guy, Greg Roman, leaving the Ravens.
Yep.
And that could be, another guy that they bring over and help fill that role. But, yeah, Weiss is gone. Got let go. Ward Manuel crawled out of his cave. And he said Matt Weiss is fired. So I don't know what that means for Michigan. I really don't care, honestly. I hate Michigan, but they waited this long to do it, but they finally did it.
Yeah, I brought that name up because Sherrone Moore obviously was the co-OC, but there's an old OG, and Greg Roman, who got released by the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know if that was a mutual thing or if he got fired, but that's actually Jim Harbaugh's former offensive coordinator when the San Francisco 49ers made it to the Super Bowl. And I don't know, I'm kind of confused too because Greg Roman's been around for like quite a while, and it's weird because you see these offensive coordinators that constantly get these head coaching interviews. That's one who's been around for a while, reached tons of different milestones with the Ravens, went to the Super Bowl with the San Francisco 49ers, but he's never been brought up for a position like that. So I'm wondering if that's like a name that would, I doubt it, right, going from the NFL to college, but
yeah.
Jim Harbaugh, that's his boy.
The Harbaughs just They toss those coordinators back and forth.
They do.
All right, go do here at Michigan. You can come back. Go back to Michigan, then you'll come back. So we'll see what's going on there. But like I said, I would expect just Sherrone Moore to step up and fill that OC job. But they'll still need someone to take over the reins as quarterbacks coach. I don't know if that would be Jim Harbaugh. I don't know if that would be Chad Henne. Like, Chad Henne's, I think he's still in the league, bro. Still cashing checks. But they're going to need to get somebody to be their quarterbacks coach at the very least.
Harbaugh's just running trains. Harbaugh, Eiffel Tower, his coordinators.
Harbaughs.
We talked about how weird that would be to like face your brother in the Super Bowl, like a big ass moment like that. Oh yeah, JB's training.
Yeah, I'm messing with JB.
Nice.
That's what we got to do.
That was a good one.
Are you a big college football guy? Are you more pro?
I'm definitely like NFL heavy. I dip into college. Like I'll like check the scores. I'll watch Ohio State games, but like I'm not like diehard passionate about it like the NFL.
Like the good teams are.
Yeah, I know the good teams. I know the good players, but like if we're gonna go stat for stat, I'm gonna get beaten every time.
Can you name a player on Utah?
Oh, the quarterback's name.
Sidney Capricorn.
James White.
Oh, he got rocked. God, that's how I know his name though when he got rocked.
Charles Buckingham.
Is it his last name Rising or something like that?
Yes.
No, is it Rising?
Cam Rising.
Yeah, Cam Rising.
Oh, that's better than we did yesterday.
Yeah. We also like that's on the spot too. I guess.
He's got like a little Minshew effect to him.
Little Minshewism.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. I guess like what do Michigan fans want? You know, like do they think Greg Roman is possible? Are you just cool with like a Sherrone Moore? Like,
I mean, if you're a Michigan fan, I get that Roman right now doesn't have the best hype around him just because of the Ravens' like last 2 seasons offensively. But Michigan, a run-heavy offense, there's not been many run-dominated offenses like the Ravens were with Lamar, and even you go back to Frank Gore and the Niners when Roman was there. So when you have a back like Blake Corum, Roman, it's got to be a little bit enticing.
Yeah, you look what he did with the Ravens offense and with Lamar Jackson, and you got to think that Michigan probably has the best run game in the country with, like you said, Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards, and J.J. McCarthy showed that he can run the ball efficiently when they do decide to let him do it. So I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't throw that out anywhere. But like I said, if I had to put money on it, I'd just say Sherrone Moore gets the up to full-time OC and they sign a quarterbacks coach.
Yeah. I'm same boat as you, though. I also don't care.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest with you, too, like Jim Harbaugh at this point, like we've seen him go through so many of these position coaches at this time, or I'm sorry, coordinators, I should say, be more specific, and still like see success at the end of it. That like I don't think Michigan fans should be tripping about it either.
No,
yeah, especially a guy who he's like brought up, he's worked with and had success with.
Yeah, like the Mike McDonald situation. That was the one coordinator I was like, oh damn, it's going to suck for Jim Harbaugh to lose him. But I saw the defense with less stars still producing last year. Outside of the TCU game, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, actually, that is a good question. People like go after the head coaches in those situations. Some of them deservedly so, because I think offensively you could bitch at a head coach more, even though there's like an OC, because the head coach can still go to the OC and say change up the plays. I guess you could do the same on defense, but like I feel like the coordinators never catch too much flack in college football. But also maybe no one gives a fuck to know who they are.
Yeah,
half the time.
Yeah, when you're the head coach, that's what you're there for, is to take the abuse, to take the punishment, to take the blame, and to take the spoils, take the riches when it happens. So obviously you can yell at the offensive coordinator and different things like that. Like when you're looking at the Chargers situation, for example. Everyone's saying fire Brandon Staley, he's a bum, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But nobody talked about Joe Lombardi, and he was the one that got the axe.
Yeah, Joe Lombardi should have had that axe. So, I don't even understand why he had that job.
Yeah, Joe Lombardi's a bum.
Bum here in Detroit. Proved to be a bum there in L.A. Because it's not like he didn't have weapons in Detroit either. Like when Joe Lombardi was here, he had Calvin Johnson.
Yes.
Matthew Stafford. Golden Tate.
Yeah.
Reggie Bush. Was Bush still here?
Yeah.
I think he tweened off towards the end of that one.
That might have been like the Riddick
last
day
year.
when we were kind of rolling with like Riddick out of the backfield. But I don't know. You might be right.
Riddick was a dog, though.
Riddick was a dog. But that was like him making plays. You know what I'm saying? I don't think none of it was like too much by design. It was like shit was going down. Riddick was open. Riddick would make a play on third down. I mean, that was his role. But like Joe Lombardi, bro. It must be the name that he keeps getting his jobs.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. It's just got to be Lombardi.
Oh, he's a Lombardi. It's football.
Yeah. No. And also, like, do you feel kind of shitty about yourself? You're like, damn, like,
I'm trash.
My grandpa! Vince Lombardi, and he's trash.
Yeah.
Dude is ass.
I mean, no, he's still coaching at the highest level, so he's got to be somewhat good.
Yeah, I'm saying it's because of his name. Yeah.
Literally just because of his name.
I mean, he obviously knows more about the NFL than the average Joe, but you'd think with his experience he'd be able to produce better, especially like I still think Staley should be gone too, but let's say Staley is actually a good coach. That offense is loaded with weapons. Like there's no reason you don't win that game against the Jaguars.
Yeah, for
especially up 27?
27-0.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
That's gross.
And it's not like he knows David Blau or anything, so
that's true.
That's probably why he lost the game.
That's a good point. Yeah.
No in-laws with David Blau.
Yeah, I've never seen him, at David Blau's wedding.
All right, dude, Pharaoh Cooper. He had weapons.
Dude, Pharaoh Cooper balled this year too.
As a returner, not a receiver.
Still.
He's always been with the Rams, bro.
Electric.
He was a dog.
Yeah. Thank you.
He was like with the golf. He was there when golf was there, like in their prime.
As a receiver, as a returner.
He was like a dog at returner for sure, and he would make a couple offensive plays. Like they'd give it to on like a jet or something. He'd make a play out of it.
I wouldn't label him dog. Well, as a returner,
as a returner, he was a dog. I think he might have been the Pro Bowler for 1 year. I'm not even like I could be wrong, but
I don't think he. I mean, I could look it up. Yeah,
it's not that important.
Yeah, you're right. You go open that there, and you could be the Jamie.
I wouldn't know the name Pharaoh Cooper for nothing.
You gotta put the back out, kick the back out of it.
Fucking rookie, dude.
Dude doesn't even know how to open a laptop.
What an idiot, dude. Hashtag fuck Nick Leach 2.0.
Jeez. Yeah, there it is. But are you worried about Michigan? You think their offense will be the same? I mean,
Yeah, they're fine, bro.
It's not like they run a very complicated offense.
He's a co-offensive coordinator. It's not like he was like the full offensive coordinator. I'm more curious as to like what he was doing. Matt Weiss, that is.
Yeah.
I think he's probably changing some grades up.
You think so?
Oh yeah, or yeah, he's changing grades up or some shit. Because again, it's campus
What is
police.
he hacking the system? Like, all right, I'm hacking the system.
Yeah, I'm hacking the mainframe. I mean,
like when they talk about like hackers in movies, they just go.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in. Yeah, that's literally it too. The role. This guy's the hacker.
He's got like a red mohawk and a nose ring.
100%. Yeah, dude, always.
Yeah.
Even in like kids movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he probably changed his grades or some shit. Because again, it's not like a criminal offense. He's not in jail. He didn't get arrested by the actual police. It wasn't the FBI. It wasn't. I mean, did the records and reports whatever get turned over to the FBI? Was that reported?
I haven't heard anything.
If only I knew how to read, I'd check out the article.
There wasn't a giant wall in front of him.
Yeah, if only there was like a blue wall.
Yeah, it's hard to see when they're all tinted blue.
It is. It sounds sketchy, but again,
it does sound sketchy. He's definitely doing something wrong.
Yeah, or maybe the blue wall's stopping him from going to jail too. Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Like I said, I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. I'm sure it'll release next year what he did.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to rehash this topic in about 300 days.
They're gonna wait till like something else is trending or something else is popping.
Yeah.
And it's gonna fall back into like the news cycle.
Oh, for sure.
Because this is like a weird situation.
They're gonna be like, Jim, can you go interview with an NFL team?
Yeah.
So he goes and does that just to blow smoke, and they're like, yeah, this is what he did. And throw that out in the back end.
What do you think it was, Lucas?
What's up? I'm looking at. I found the Pharaoh Cooper thing. It says Cooper replaced the struggling Tavon Austin as the Rams' primary return man in Week 6 of the 2017 season.
I was looking for the Pro Bowl.
Cooper scored the first NFL touchdown of his career with a 103-yard kick return touchdown to start the game.
Did he make the Pro Bowl?
And then earning him NFC Special Teams Player of the Week on December 19th, 2017.
Tell us about Planet
Cooper
Fitness.
was selected as the 2018 Pro Bowl return specialist.
Okay, that's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, you should have just said that part.
Yeah, that's what we were waiting for.
Planet Fitness is the official studio sponsor of Woodward Sports, and it's also the home of the judgment-free zone, where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere for just $10 a month, or upgrade to a black card for unlimited guest privileges, hydro massage, and more. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
At Alta,
Uptime
matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You got a big project coming up? Alta Rent has you covered. Make sure you give them a call today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta Equipment where
Uptime
matters.
Bog.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Redwest Live on sports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man's Big Mo Rex.
What's up?
We got JB Smooth in the TV booth. You see that fucking up to send out, but always make it over. Yo, Chris,
Anybody in the team.
I think it's a more stressful job.
Except when I work at sound booth, then I get bullied there.
You suck at sound, but turn this shit down. Can't hear myself think.
You don't like it? Won't play it at
This
all.
shit almost spilled my drink. What did he say? I didn't hear what he said.
He said, you don't like it? I won't play it at all. And turned it off. The hard cuts are nice, though.
The hard cuts in the sound?
Way better than a fade. Yeah.
You think so?
No. Complete opposite.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I kind of like the fade.
Fade is much better.
It's just sometimes, it happened like last week on Ronnie Edwards, shit's just so loud.
Oh, yeah.
And then for like the listeners too.
Sam's in the
Yeah, Sam's that bitch is fucking.
That video is Sam. We got to find that one again of him at his wedding.
Yeah.
I got that
Yeah,
shit.
send it to JB.
I will. Time to talk Detroit Lions. We all know that's the king of you're the new social media lead. You know Lions content is number one.
Indeed.
I got some Lions content for y'all.
Oh, God. All right.
With the return of Ben Johnson, does that make Detroit a free agent destination?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that? I mean, you know what I mean. All right, so it's more than just the return of Ben Johnson, right? You had the '98 season from the team that started 1-6. You had them finish, what was it, 8-2? They finished the season on. The player coach Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell, well respected around the league. I mean, you heard Teron Armstead and plenty of other players. Jason Garrett, Tony Dungy. Ooh, we should talk about that in the intro.
We should have.
I didn't get with that.
We can bring it up.
Yeah, we'll get to it later in the show. But people like Dan Campbell. Detroit Lions on our upward trajectory. The return of Ben Johnson, I think, is a big part of that too. But does all these things make Detroit a free agent destination, in your opinion?
I think it does. You've seen it throughout the team. Isaiah Buggs went on Twitter saying that he wanted to go back. You heard Jamal Williams in his post-game interview after the Packers game saying he wanted to come back. Basically, he didn't say that, but he alluded to it. Obviously, Ben Johnson returning is a big thing. I mean, they gave him the bag, so he had no choice. But it does make it a free agent destination because people see what's going on. People see what Dan Campbell is doing to this city, what he's doing to this team, how much he inspires the players that play for him, and the rest of the coaches as well. It's not like it's just one player's coach, former players. It's like 10 former player coaches. Damn near every single coach on the roster played in the NFL at some point. So it is something that other players will see and they'll want to come there. It is something that players in their inner circles will talk about and be like, yeah, Dan Campbell's the man. You want to play for this guy. So it's very cool because it is the complete opposite of what we just experienced in the head coaching room for the Detroit Lions. Nobody wanted to play for that piece of shit, Matt Patricia. Nobody wanted to see him. He's a bum. You're a bum. And he's gone for a reason. So now that they have a guy that not only can inspire men and not only can lead a locker room, but has these guys firing on all cylinders, showed that what he's preaching, what he means, what he does in the coaching room can actually result in wins, can actually result in tangible product on the field that proves he's not just crazy, proves he's not just a kneecap biting, race car helmet wearing lunatic, but he knows what he's talking about because he's been there before. He's been in situations that have had extreme success in the NFL before. He's been around greats like Sean Payton. He's been around greats like Bill Parcells. So it's impressive to me that he has not only the back of his team, but he's staying true to who he is. He's not trying to be fake. And on a basic level of human interaction, that's what you want from someone. You don't want someone to be fake. Me and you don't come up here and, hello, my name is Spencer Raxter. Let me tell you the score. No, they want the natural people. They want who you are. And Dan Campbell is unapologetically Dan Campbell. And he's going to go out there and be who he is. People respect that. And now that it's presenting wins, now that it's showing growth in young players, people are going to see that and they're going to want to come and play for him.
Detroit Dapper in the Uber Sports chat. Now here's a guy. Chris Collinsworth, the voice.
Yeah.
I think we kind of been over this a little bit before too. I think Detroit was a little bit of a free agent destination beforehand for the prove it guy.
Yes.
The guy that former first round picks, guys that just didn't cut it where they were beforehand because Brad Holmes has been handing out those 1 to 2 year prove it deals, and now with this offensive scheme specifically, I think this is more attractive. But just overall, and I mean, there's examples of that too, like Alex Anzalone, backup linebacker his whole career in New Orleans, came here for opportunity to start. Proved himself. Balled out this year specifically. Jamal Williams, backup running back in Green Bay, came here. Proved himself.
Balled out.
Deshaun Elliott, balled out. Freaking DJ Chark, balled out when he got healthy. Yeah. Charles Harris. The list goes on and on. But I think now, with the return of Ben Johnson more specifically, I think there's offensive weapons that do now we'll be looking at Detroit as that free agent destination to get that contract. I mean, DJ Chark is an example of that. Like, signed a 1 year prove it deal to prove that he still got something in him. Did so under Ben Johnson. Because Ben Johnson, again, for offensive guys specifically, he's going to make you look damn good. And that offensive line is going to make you look damn good for the offensive linemen, too. The people who want the Detroit Lions to draft a guard within the first 4 picks, which I think y'all tripping, by the way. You can find a guard almost at any level in the draft. You can find a guard in the free. The guard position this year rotated constantly, and the Detroit Lions did pretty well.
Drafted in?
Jonah Jackson, third round. Third or fourth round, not Ohio State.
He might. No, he wasn't. I think the third.
Yeah,
There's no way he was in the fourth. I was honestly thinking the second, to be honest, but I'm probably wrong.
You want to look it up?
Yeah.
Hey, Jamie, pull it up for us.
I'll pull up Jamie.
And don't give me his whole background. He loves
You
carrots
don't want to
and
know his
beans.
hometown.
He's
his hometown
left-handed
and his high school.
Yeah.
He swings to the right.
He lost his virginity at 16
Yikes.
to little Susie Radler from down the street.
His middle name is Malcolm.
Miss Lippy's car is green. But no, that ass with Ben Johnson here. It's a good place to be in as Detroit Lions organization because you're going to get those DJ Chark guys who maybe had an injury the year prior, and for an explosive offensive coordinator like Ben Johnson, like bring it on.
Yeah, like you said, you see, obviously the NFL, it's about pride, it's about winning, but at the end of the day, it's a business and it's about making money, especially for a lot of these players. And you see, like you said, what guys like Jamal Williams, DJ Chark, Isaiah Buggs even have done, come in here, kind of revitalize their careers or had these breakout seasons. Players will see that and be like, damn, I can go there, have myself a season, and get paid off of that. And they'll go here, they'll play for that environment, they'll feel that energy, and they might want to stay. Like Isaiah Buggs tweeted like 4 hours after the Packers game, he's like, Detroit, run it back. Like he wants to come back.
John
he wants to be in the spot. John Kaminsky, same thing. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it again. Because it's different. It's not. They're a cohesive unit. You see it in how they talk to each other, how they interact with each other. Like when we were at the LJ event, Jeff Okuda and Wicked Awesome Wishes event, you could see how tight all these guys were. They just got out of practice because the game got flexed, and half of them still showed up because they're there for Hefe, because they're there to support their guys. So it's something inside of the locker room, and now it's being tangible evidence of winning on the field, which only improves the product.
I guess I do want to spill into like a bit of a conversation too, because there are positional needs that we all sit up here and argue for the draft coming up with those 2 picks in the first round.
Yes, we do.
If I'm ranking them, I'm going interior defensive line, cornerback, and then interior defensive line.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'll probably
cornerback number one.
Cornerback number 1 need for me too. From there, I guess you could point to the guard, but I'd even go back to interior defensive line.
Brad, I would be.
Actually, go back to the secondary.
120% positive that Brad Holmes could find a Pro Bowl guard in past the 5th round.
Yeah.
Or just sign a vet in free agency. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get one, just get one through
But
the
I'm cool with
season
that too, because you get a discount. Again,
get a discount guy.
That position rotated constantly all year.
But that's what it is.
Really
We don't need like a vet fill-in guy because you have a couple on the roster now.
Especially within the first 4 picks, bro. I'm not. All due respect to the fellow heavies, I get it. Former offensive guard myself, but like I'm not wasting a top 4 pick on a guard that we had freaking. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. He had that wild ass name. He did really well filling in. Oh man,
Stenberg?
No. It was the. God damn, you're gonna make me look it up. Will you look up the? You know what I'm talking about?
Jamie, pull it up.
Explain more what you were saying. I didn't really.
The Lions offensive guard. All right.
Oh yeah, with the wild name.
Samoa or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. He played well. Stenberg played well. Skipper filled in at guard.
Yeah, especially in the beginning. Skipper was balling.
I used to call him big for nothing.
Yeah, he did.
I called him that on multiple occasions.
Now you saw him big in motion, dude.
Yeah.
He was scary in motion.
He's a big dude, man.
They lined him up. Didn't they line him up at like tight end and just send him?
Yeah. Think of running to that side of the line where you have Frank Ragnow, Dan Skipper, Penei Sewell,
and Jamal Williams behind.
you don't
want that.
That's a train. Pause.
Yeah, getting trained by Penei Sewell, Frank Ragnow.
And the good thing too about him, like if the Detroit Lions do resign, which I'm guaranteeing they do. I mean, we're the ones that gave him his big break, right? He had him crying in the locker room like a baby.
Yeah.
Big ass ball baby.
Hey, take it easy.
It's a guy's life, man.
No, I'm happy for him.
Oh
You
my,
hear those racist accusations, though.
Jesus.
But he's coming back, but he's a dual threat, if you will, because he played tackle and he converted to a guard for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I would never put Dan Skipper and dual threat in the same sentence.
That's fair.
Penei Sewell's dual threat.
I wanted to transition this conversation. We'll probably bleed into this next topic, but rather than going and find that running back in the draft, rather than going and find that maybe even wide receiver, because the loss of DJ Chark,
it's really. I'm really wondering what they're going to do with Chark, because if they don't re-sign Chark, they're going to have to fill that void with somebody.
Yeah.
And we talked about potential free agents. Maybe I don't know if you want to just.
And that's what I'll say for this
topic.
next. I think next segment we should go and look at guys that maybe possibly want that prove it deal. here in Detroit. And
There's a
I'm
couple.
already looking at the running backs. I see a name that I like.
I'll do wide receivers. You can do running backs.
All right, you want to do offensive lineman, rookie?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're the rookie. So you get the shit one.
I got you. I got you.
John Craig's he'd love it here in Detroit. All right, let's do that then. Speaking of offensive linemen, one thing they do is like they eat, Spinny.
They like to eat.
How
like
bulk
to eat
up?
some meat.
People want to become heavyweights.
You want to bulk up and become a heavyweight, you can go get your meat from the butchery. Because the butchery is the official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network. You can call them at 248-682-2697. Yes, 248-682-COWS. Or move on over and order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The Butchery meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for. Wagyu meats and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for our meat-loving customers. An old-school butcher shop from a new-school perspective.
Ooh.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our lumberjack, blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the three biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
The Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com. I've never been.
You ever been?
No. One time I went, they kicked us out. Remember?
Yeah.
They kicked us out. They didn't let us in.
No, exactly.
Let me in.
I think there's a difference there.
I was like, I read your head every day. Let me in. That was early in my PD career, though, so.
Yeah. You smoked before. You didn't smoke with us. Or did you?
No, I didn't.
Loser.
Sorry, man. I get anxiety.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rex.
What up, though?
We got JB Smooth on the TD booth, Young Chris in the 1s and 2s, and the rookie Lucas Morris.
Yeah, Chris, you gotta chill with the volume on those. Everybody's complaining on the volume on the music.
Yeah, just do it like start it your penis size, and then go down from there.
Well, I think that's the problem. Is I'm starting at my penis size.
A little too large.
Well, I mean, I'm saying like leave a gap of your penis size, and then. You know what I'm saying? That way it's not...
You lost me there.
We can just
You're right. Sorry.
It's okay.
My contract size. Started from...
Started from my wallet size.
Before we went to break, we kind of talked about how Detroit may become a possible free agent destination, especially for guys looking for a proven deal. I think offensive guys, more specifically. Matter of fact, Lucas, if you don't have to do offensive line. If you want to jump to defense, some defense guys that might be on some proven deals.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I did that, but I think... On defense, my favorite definitely is Levante David, just because, like we talked about, if you can get a guy like that in free agency and not have to use that with the draft pick, not only is that going to be a great player, but it's also going to be a leader for those draft picks. And Levante David, former All-Pro, former Pro Bowler, former Super Bowl champion, he knows how to win. And if you give that to a guy, especially with like Malcolm there, if you let Malcolm sit and learn behind a guy with Levante David, by the time Levante David retires, Malcolm Rodriguez is going to be 2-3 years ahead of where he would have been previously. So that's just one that I can think off the top of my head.
For me, Levante David's more of like one of those like gyms, though, you know. And he might maybe return to New York. Isn't that where he was last time?
I'm not sure.
I think he's with the Jets, wasn't he? His previous year? Levante David.
I think he was always with the Bucks.
Oh no, actually, yeah.
He's
The Jets had
always,
somebody
you're
else.
thinking of DeMario Davis, who's with
Is
the
that
Saints
what I was
now.
thinking? No, I'm
He
thinking
was
about
a
somebody
dog
else.
with the Jets for a little bit. You're thinking DeMario Davis.
No, I'm talking about someone who played for the Jets this year. But
Oh.
bring it back, I guess.
Quan Alexander.
Yeah.
More so, yeah, that's who it was. Quan Alexander. He used to play with the Bucks.
Yeah, he's been with Tampa for.
But again, that prove it guys. The type of guys that Brad Holmes gets. You know what I'm saying? The Charles Harris.
Yeah, I'd have to look.
Alex
I was
Anzalone.
looking at guards.
But you looked at receiver. We might be losing DJ Chark.
There's quite a few good, like, prove it guys. A guy that, excuse me, was literally in DJ Chark's pretty much same exact position that he was last year coming in this game is a guy like Sterling Shepard that's going to be a free agent. Sterling Shepard, when he was healthy, showed that he can be a good receiver on the outside, showed he can do a lot of different things, be somewhat of a game breaker, but he hasn't been able to stay healthy these past couple of years. Much like a guy like DJ Chark. So if the Lions decide to pass on signing DJ Chark, I think a guy like Sterling Shepard could be very seamlessly integrated in the offense like DJ Chark was, and in the same type of situation where when he was healthy, he showed that he can be a factor. He just has been struggling with that, so he signed him to one of those cheap prove-it deals and hoped that he could stay on the field.
Yeah, his career year, he had 872 yards in 2018, played all 16 games, 4 touchdowns that year, 8 touchdowns his rookie year. That's when OBJ was there, getting a lot of doubles, stuff like that. I mean, I'm not opposed to that one.
Shepard, CJ Snyder says Shepard is a possession receiver.
Yeah, we got that in Amon-Ra.
I mean, but we could use more of that. We've got the deep shot, and Amon-Ra is more of an underneath guy.
See, I'm looking more like someone to replace Chark, though. You know what I'm saying?
I got another one here.
All right, who we got?
Another one here, again from the Giants, a guy named Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton had showed that he can be a big play receiver when given the opportunity. He fell off this year for sure, but another guy that you could throw a prove-it deal at, see what he can do, see if he can kind of recapture when him and Danny Dimes were hooking up. Because the guy was making big plays. He just kind of fell back into the rotation because of some drop issues. But again, that's a type of receiver that you could pay a cheap contract to, bring him in here, see what he can do. If he doesn't work out, no harm, no foul, and you move on.
Okay. I went and looked at running backs just because Jamal is there. We have that offensive line. I think one thing that's important with this Detroit Lions team is to continue to they've established the identity of a punch you in the mouth, but now I think they're at the point where they need to maintain it. And I was looking at these running backs. One of these guys isn't so much Jamal Williams who's a punch in the mouth, but 27 years old, had a personal incident that happened in the hotel, ended up signing with the Cleveland Browns. Kareem Hunt, free agent this offseason. I mean, with this offensive line, I know we have Swift, who's kind of like similar, but if I'm being honest with you, I think Kareem Hunt's obviously proven to be, all due respect to DeAndre Swift, and I promise you I'm a fan, but I think Kareem Hunt's a better version of that. I think he can run between the tackles as well. That's a free agent. Again, a guy that may be on that prove-it deal. He wanted to be traded from Cleveland at some point this season, too, because he wanted more money. Now, I don't know if Brad Holmes is going to pay him the money he's looking for, but if he's looking to prove himself as a lead back to get a deal, 1-year deal in Detroit, prove-it deal. I mean, that's what Brad Holmes is known for. Another one, which I think he kind of proved himself, actually, Dante Foreman is actually unrestricted free agent for the Carolina Panthers. I think Detroit Lions fans are well aware of what he's capable of doing. He beat the shit out of a defense that was actually, I don't know where they ranked in terms of stopping the run to end of the year, but they were damn good at stopping the run. I think that's, a matter of fact, what kind of placed them at number 4 in that DVOA from that week 10 to week 17. And then these ones, this one's a little bit more of a pipe dream. I don't know that he's going to be looking for a prove-it deal, but David Montgomery from the Bears is going to be, I think you and I
like David Montgomery.
I like David Montgomery a lot, too.
I like Khalil Herbert more, but I like David Montgomery.
I don't know, man. I think if you let David Montgomery kind of just have like a Derrick Henry effect, and he gets stronger as the game goes on, and I think they had to implement Khalil just because he's so much of a playmaker, and they lacked it so much, especially when you get behind. You're not going to leave Khalil Herbert off the field, but if he goes to even if he were to still go to San Francisco and they do something with Elijah Mitchell and it would just be to him and C-Mac, it would be over with. I don't know how you'd be able to stop that.
Only 25 years old, and he's very much on a prove-it deal, I feel like, because he did get usurped by Khalil Herbert.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's and it's, we're losing a bruiser. I'm not sure the Detroit Lions lose Jamal Williams.
Yeah,
if lose him,
I'm almost positive the Lions are going to re-sign Jamal Williams.
But David run between tackles, put his shoulder down, and get you those short yards.
Another guy I'm looking at the wide receiver ranks. Of course, this is all speculative. We're talking about if the Lions don't decide to re-sign DJ Chark or Jamal Williams, who they could go with to fill those roles. A familiar face around the city of Detroit, a guy that is aging but is still very effective when he's out there. Marvin Jones.
Yeah.
Everybody loved Marvin Jones when he was in
He's
Detroit.
an ex-receiver.
He was an ex-receiver. He's a big play guy. He showed he could do a lot. He showed he still had it a little bit in Jacksonville. He had this year, where is it? Let me see.
Dude, in that playoff game,
46 receptions for 529 yards and 3 touchdowns.
He absolutely ran one of the coldest routes in that playoff game, and it might have been the last touchdown, to be honest, when he cooked Asante Samuel. He was running like a little bit of a bench route, and he shook him to death.
Yeah,
and he still has it.
We're not saying these guys are going to be long-term contracts. Are going to have them. No, prove-it deals, prove-it guys like that. Bring them in, see what they can do. Give them a go. Marvin Jones will probably be on a little bit of the higher side because he's not dealing with injuries or anything like that he has to prove anything off of. But if you lose DJ Chark, you could bring in a Marvin Jones, and that could be a guy that can fill that role for you while kind of being a mentor to a Jameson Williams and to an Amon-Ra St. Brown, because he's been in the league for a while. He's been in Detroit before and was very successful when he was in Detroit.
I'm liking these names.
Yeah, he can give that perspective too of like, I was here when Detroit was dog shit. You know what I mean? Like, this is so much different than when I was here originally. So he can give that ultra perspective there. But how you guys were saying about defense, I was looking. I think Marcus Peters would be phenomenal because he's obviously a big name in the league, but he's been getting heat over the last 2 seasons because he's been getting burned. And I just think it's been under coaching in Baltimore. And when you look at what Detroit does on defense, they run a man-to-man concept. Obviously, Aaron Glenn likes that. And Marcus Peters, when he's playing his top football, is one of the best press corners in the league. And if we can get a DB late in the first, have him learn behind Marcus Peters, and even for Akuda's sake, it could be something special.
I actually love that idea. And I loved it before for other reasons, but you guys add another benefit to having a Marcus Peters, a guy who's been in the league a very long time, has been constantly competitive in the league as long as he's been in it too. Remember when Darius Slay had, what is his name? Rasheed Mathis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Darius Slay. And I have like a personal relationship with Darius Slay, and he constantly, time and time, over and over again, even in the media, he's been very upfront about how much Rasheed Mathis helped him up his game and get used to the league and get comfortable. And now Darius Slay is one of the better cornerbacks in the entire league. Mm-hmm. Get you Marcus Peters. Again, maybe on that 1-year deal or whatever you can get him on. Draft you a Christian Gonzalez. Let that kid learn from Marcus Peters. You still have Akuda and Jerry Jacobs you could throw in the slot at that point. I love that idea, dog. I really do.
Because Marcus is a dog, too. Like, he's not one of those guys where if he gets burnt, he's going to be like, Marcus, if he gets burnt, he's going to be pissed in your face. Like, he's going to be pumping that electricity through that defense, too.
He's chirping. Another guy I'm looking at on the receiver list,
Marcus Peters,
and this is one that people might not like, but you got to think, Amon-Ra St. Brown is your alpha in that room. Jameson Williams, you expect to step up and be a big position, a big help next year. What about a guy like N'Keal Harry? That is the definition of a Brad Holmes project pick.
Yeah, that's actually
a former first-round pick, a guy who hasn't worked out in different places. You could bring him in. He's 6'4". He's a big body. He hasn't had the success in his career that people expected, but you don't need him to be this ultimate factor in the offense. You don't need him to be the number 1 option. You don't even need him to be the number 2 option.
Yeah.
In the receiving core. You could just have him come in here, take some of the pressure off him, get him on a small deal, and see what he can do.
That's the perfect example of a Brad Holmes
Very
signing.
Similar to a Charles Harris, to a Frank Kaminsky, to an Isaiah Buggs, to these guys who were former high draft picks that didn't really pan out in their former positions. And then you could bring them in, pay them some money, and see what they can do. Get them on a cheap deal. No harm, no foul.
Let me see. I'm looking up his 40 time.
What do you guys think about the possible return of A'Shawn Robinson? I would honestly like that.
I just can't see it. I like the idea of it.
You don't think so?
I mean, maybe.
It's a whole different culture. I think A'Shawn, a Bama guy, like, he knows what it's like to be coached tough. He's probably a big football guy, and I think Detroit right now is the most attractive place because I don't think. I mean, I know Aleem's there, and if we don't bring back Buggs, it's going to be opening there.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, because when I look into the receiver free agent market, I'm looking for like someone to do what DJ Chark did for us, just because we saw how that clearly opened up Jameson Williams throughout the season, and just him and Goff were on that type of like level and a chemistry standpoint. I'm looking for a guy that run that 4.3, 6'4" frame. It's hard to find. Even N'Keal Harry, big guy, but I looked up his 40 time. It's a 4.5 in comparison to like a Chark. You know,
is Kevin White a free agent? Kevin White's
he
probably
was
a free
supposed
agent.
to be a real deal.
Somewhere.
He was supposed to be a dog. Now we're talking. I mean, maybe that's one that Brad Holmes does draft. You know?
Jalen Guyton, the free agent. with the Chargers. He's coming off an injury. That would be a good one because he's one of those guys that can absolutely take the top off of a defense. And if you have him and J-Mo on the field with them on, I don't know if you can cover that matchup wise, especially if you have Jamal. Like, you'd have to back the safeties up so far if you had J-Mo and Jalen Guyton on the field at the same time. I don't think you'd be able to cover that.
Out of all the names we were talking about, which one do you think excites you most?
I would like Darius Slayton when I'm talking about receivers.
Yeah, what about running backs? I mean, include everything.
Yeah.
Pool it all together.
Probably Darius Slayton.
For real?
Yeah, I think he could be a good piece. And again, this is not people that were like, I see Luke G talking shit in the chat, other people talking shit in the chat. We're not saying, oh, you're bringing these guys in, signing them to a 5-year contract, they're going to be your stud. No, these are the Brad Holmes signings that Brad Holmes has shown us he's done in his first couple years, where you get a guy in here that maybe needs to prove something, give him on a cheap 1-year deal or 2-year deal and see what he can do. And Darius Slayton would be a good fit for me.
I really like Slayton too, because I mean, even last week he was balling out. He had that drop, but before that he was carrying.
See, they're just talking shit in the chat. Luke G, why not bring Jamie Collins back while we're at it? John Jones, I heard Van Noy is a free agent.
I would very annoying. I mean,
that's why we're not talking about.
Yeah, we haven't heard us say those names. You know, Slayton's runs 4.3, 4.39. Can play the X position. Yeah, when I'm talking receivers, I'm looking again for someone to replace that role that.
If they don't re-sign DJ Chark,
because we're talking, and we obviously, people are talking about B.J. Robinson, bringing him this Ben Johnson offense, see what he can do. But like, we don't necessarily need to do that because there are guys that fit the characteristics of Brad Holmes' free agency signings, and that's what you're saying. Yeah. Again, to reiterate this to the chat, we're looking for the characteristics of a Brad Holmes free agent, the Charles Harris, the Alex Anzalone, Jamal Williams, Deshaun Elliott, DJ Chark, guys that want to come here for 1 to 2 years and prove themselves onto a bigger contract.
Yes.
Or just that they want to stay in the league. Charles Harris was that. You know what I'm saying? And then you re-up him another one. But the one I like the most is Marcus Peters.
I think so,
too. And that's kind of going to lead to this next topic. I think, as it's teased in the intro, the Detroit Lions almost have to be the first team to take a cornerback off the board in this year's draft. And we're going to talk about that when we come back, but not before Spinny tells us about SMA.
SMA, or the Sports Marketing Agency, helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This Is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. So if you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com and get the help you deserve.
Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
The Midway has swapped roller skating, basketball, and mini golf for a giant Arctic slide, winter bumper cars, an indoor arcade, and puck putt. With free entry to the site, enjoy a variety of new activities aimed at creating an exceptional winter experience for everyone. Get to the Midway this winter to enjoy tasty treats while making magical memories during the most wonderful time of the year. Those tasty treats include, but are not limited to, burgers, pierogi, homemade chili, chicken sandwiches, mac and cheese bites, plus gluten-free and vegan goodies so everyone has something to eat. Coming soon, of course, the Woodward Sports Winter Olympics. You'll be able to compete against Darren McCarty, Braylon Edwards, Adam Baydoun, Ryan Armani, Jeff Ifrady, the Woodward Heavyweights, and all of the Woodward Sports family in Monroe Street Midway games. So make sure you go downtown and check out the Monroe Street Midway, presented by Bedrock Detroit.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rex. Got young Chris back in the TD booth. JB's Who the 1-2s, and the rookie Lucas Klotz, the new Nick Leach, aka the social media manager of Woodward Sports. You've been killing on Instagram, by the way.
Appreciate you.
You definitely you've been killing it.
For
Doing a
sure.
good job.
Make sure all you guys following. If you guys have any ideas that you would like to see, leave them in the comments so I can know, because us in the back, we can get it popping for you guys. So make sure you let us know what you want to see too.
Why'd you say it like you know OnlyFans or something like that?
Well, I'm trying to do some reason. I'm trying to get ready for what I'm about to say.
Pick
up everyone watching right now.
Make sure you let us know what you want to see too.
Shut your mouth.
No. All right, I teased the cornerback situation before we came back. And matter of fact, Lucas informed us that Daniel Jeremiah actually dropped his first, I don't know if this is his first mock draft, but an updated mock draft for the offseason. And he actually has the Detroit Lions taking the position which I don't think can be ignored in this year's draft, especially in that first round. Devon Witherspoon, cornerback of Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here for it. I think they have to go cornerback.
Yes.
I used to say interior defensive lineman, and I still definitely think that's a need, but the names at the top of this draft and my amateur rankings of them, I think this could be like a year of the cornerback. I mean, there's a lot of cold-ass dudes I think they're in there. I think this is Christian Gonzalez. I would be mad if they reached and plucked that one at 6. Devon Witherspoon, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have to do a little bit more homework on him.
Dog.
I feel like it's just this week they started talking about him too, but definitely a dog. I saw he had like 4, only allowed 1 touchdown, I think, in his career at Illinois, if I'm not mistaken. 4 interceptions last year even. Like, it was 6'4". I'm sorry, not 6'4", I apologize. 6 foot flat. 180 pounds. This is from like the stuff I was looking at this morning. Now, me personally, I'm still a Christian Gonzalez guy.
Yeah.
I like the length and the fact that David Blau is his brother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's hand in hand.
That puts it over the top for sure.
But do you
know,
think,
I look at their acumens, their body type, their skills, what they can do.
Yeah.
But one of them's
brother-in-law's
David Blau. So
that's a 5-star.
Yeah.
You can't pass that up.
Yeah, for sure.
His sister's literally an Olympic sprinter.
Yeah, she's bad too.
It's good genes. She is gorgeous. But I do think, I don't think it's a reach. And I think you've been seeing it like a trend a little bit more too in the NFL. Like the cornerbacks taken early, they've been dogs as of late. We talked about the J.C. Horn, which is another like Joey Porter example too of guys. I don't know if Joey goes 6. I could see Joey being there at 18. At least a little bit like mock drafts I've been doing in PFF. But am I tripping? Like, should cornerback be like the first position?
I wouldn't be mad at it for sure. I think they would be able to trade back possibly and still get away with taking one of those top cornerbacks. You look at what our guy Mike Kimber in the Woodward Sports Chat said. He's huge cornerback market in the draft, full of talent. It's true. There are a lot of cornerbacks in this draft that could be studs out there. Obviously, you're all projecting things, but the Lions will draft a cornerback in the first round, no doubt. And whether that be at 6 or whether it be at 18, we'll see. But they're going to get one of those guys. I like Christian Gonzalez a lot as well. After our guy, Russ put us on to him and gave us a breakdown of what's going on with him. But I've always been a Joey Porter guy since we started talking about 2 first-round picks. Since months ago, my dream scenario was Jalen Carter, Joey Porter Jr. Obviously, that's probably not going to happen unless a miracle happens and Jalen Carter falls. But I would not be mad with either of those picks.
And again, I think like you're seeing too these cornerbacks taking that. Like used to be, and Adam was one of these guys too. Like it was all about like draft value, whatever, positional value in the draft. But you're seeing these cornerbacks getting taken like earlier and earlier each year. The Stingley this year, Ahmad Gardner this year, Sauce Gardner. Sorry for calling him Ahmad. Should we go
call
back?
him by his government?
Should we go back? Say that's my dog.
Jeez.
No, Jeff Okudah was one. Obviously, he had like a rough beginning to his, but J.C. Horn after that one. Who's my man too? And
C.J. Henderson a couple years ago.
C.J. Henderson before him too in Jacksonville. Yeah, but I think he's second.
Yeah, he was second.
Yeah, dog though. I like Asante Samuel Jr. a lot. But I mean that bloodline talk that we're talking about though too, like the Joey Porter Jr. Like if they wait and take him at 18, I'm not tripping. But I'm really finding myself fall in love with Christian Gonzalez.
Because he knows David Blau.
Because he knows David Blau's brother.
I mean, I like the fact that they want the Lions to address cornerback, but I think if we go get, like we were saying earlier, if we can get a good front 7, that will help your secondary out so much. Like we do have a lot of young talent in the secondary that it really hasn't produced yet. Like, yes, Kirby's balling out, and I think that's crucial. I think when we bring back Tracy Walker, those two are going to bang it out and be balls. But they'll be good. But I think my guy for the Detroit Lions, I think we go the first round, don't take a cornerback. And with our first, second round pick, the guy named Emmanuel Forbes out of Mississippi State. And Jeff in the back put me onto this guy. And what?
There's someone behind you.
But Emmanuel Forbes out of Mississippi State. This guy in 2020 had 5 interceptions. Oh, this one. In 2021 he had 4, and then in 2022 he had 6 interceptions.
Did you want this guy in the first round?
No, he's going to be available in the second. I guarantee it. Unless some NFL GM is just going to be up there and saying, "This is my guy. I'm taking him regardless." He is going to be there at the second. And if you go and watch this guy's highlights and you just watch his film, he's a spitting image of Sauce Gardner, and he just produces. I mean, he's a playmaker and he's a fucking dog. So that's who I want in the second. I think if we can just shore up the front 7 with our first 2 picks, our defense will be a wrap for the year.
I'll be calm down comparing people to Sauce Gardner.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man.
Sauce
like
Gardner,
it's
the first
identical.
rookie all-pro cornerback.
It's identical to the arm
bro.
sleeve and everything.
The arm sleeve.
My God.
Go watch. Hold up.
Hey, Lucas. Hey, yeah, they're both black.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like I'm saying the shooting sleeve.
JB's out of here now. We really got a studio full of school shooters.
School shooters are rookies.
Yeah, see you later, JB.
Have fun. Don't forget your lube.
Yeah, JB's going to see SmackDown.
Look up a picture of Emmanuel Forbes right now.
In the see, they're both black, and they have the arm sleeve identical. Dude's going to be the next Sauce Gardner. Quarterbacks selected in the top 10 in the last 3 drafts. You tell me if they're good or not. Derek Stingley.
Yes, good.
Sauce Gardner.
Good.
J.C. Horn.
Good, very good.
Patrick Surtain.
Very good.
Jeff Okudah.
He's good.
Yeah, he's good. Like a lower voice, good.
He's good.
Yeah, he's good. He's all right. C.J. Henderson.
Good.
Yeah. Well, probably Jeff Okudah lane, right?
Yeah, he's good.
He's good.
He's all right.
But I mean, look, it's trending that way. I think Christian Gonzalez going to be it. Like, the only way I don't think they take a cornerback, and it pairs perfectly too with the scenario you set up too. If they truly sign a Marcus Peters, again, just remember the relationship with Rasheem Mathis and Darius Slay and how he kind of like helped escort him. I don't want to use that word.
Elevate.
Oh, there you go. Elevate him to a Pro Bowl caliber like cornerback.
Yeah.
Like think of that same relationship because Marcus Peters is another former. Rasheem used to be a dog back when he was in Jacksonville. He had a couple of good ass years, but Marcus Peters, that same guy, even better because I think he's going to be able to produce more than Rasheem did at that time too. But if you're drafting that. Christian Gonzalez or Devon Witherspoon. Again, this guy's coming up quickly, and people are in love with him, and I'm going to continue doing my homework on him. But Christian Gonzalez is the guy that I want. But Joey Porter at 18. The only way I don't see that happening, though, is if like a CJ Stroud, like one of those crazy names. The names we're all in love with, right? Either those top 2 quarterbacks or I guess it depends how you're ranking your quarterbacks. Jalen Carter or
God, if Jalen
Anderson.
Carter falls, dude, I would be bricked up.
I try talking myself into it, but I just don't see it.
It's impossible.
Like, just think about, like, if we would have, like, you know how the Commanders just have, like, a first-round pick at every spot. You can't run against the Commanders. And in playoff time, what are teams going to be doing? They're going to be running the ball on you. So we can stop the run. I think if we just try to go second-round secondary, one of them are going to pop. I mean, Kirby was a third-round pick. Tariq Woolen this year, late-round pick, and he's a dog.
So you don't want to go secondary first round? Or
no,
you want to go?
No, I think if we stack up the front 7.
Who do you want to get in the front 7 in that with both of those picks? You like Brian Brisset or?
Yeah, I mean, with the 18th, I would have to look because it would be weird. But definitely with 6, we should 100% be addressing the front 7. I really like Breesy. I know it's not like a sexy pick that you're like, oh, we have Brian Breesy. But as far as just
he's a
like
reach at 6.
It's kind of like the Penei Sewell. Like, it's nothing like crazy sexy, but wow, is that going to be essential when you need it?
Penei was sexy.
Penei was sexy.
It just depends. I'm a heavyweights. I'm a receiver guy.
Yeah.
I don't think Brisset has the same kind of acumen as like Penei Sewell. People are saying like if there's a one guaranteed Hall of Famer in this draft, it's going to be Penei Sewell.
I don't know, bro. Breesy, he's produced at every level.
He is not the caliber of prospect as Penei Sewell.
I agree, but I think he has the like one of those guys that you're like, oh, how did we miss this guy?
I feel like a lot of his hype too, like, and again, I could be completely wrong on this, and I'm totally open to being completely wrong on this. I'm not a Brisset guy. Like, he played alongside of Miles Murphy. He's also, projected to go ahead of him. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like when you play alongside like those type of caliber of players, like you're gonna naturally look better, right? Like, that's why you want to draft those guys. So like the rest of those guys along your defensive line elevate from it.
But my thing is like between those two, who really looked better?
Miles Murphy all day.
Why?
All day. What do you mean why? Have you watched him?
No, I'm not saying like that's bad, but why was Miles Murphy? Like I'm saying there was a lot of pressure that we weren't seeing like that was going to Brian Breesy just because he's such a fucking man in the inside. You know what I mean?
No, I feel like all the double teams are going Miles Murphy's way.
I mean, Miles Murphy's no doubt a dog. Like if we took him over Breesy, I'd be like I wouldn't care.
He's going over Breesy all day.
Yeah, like I'm just saying like.
And I'm not even tripping of like where people, and I get this too, right? A conversation that we actually had with Russell Brown was that the Detroit Lions already have the emergence of James Houston, and I'm with that. Like James Houston is a dog, but one thing I think people are forgetting is James Houston's actually a free agent after next year.
Yeah.
Because the Detroit Lions initially cut him.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so he's actually like signed into like a 2-year deal. Last year being one, and then this year being the next one, because they cut him from the initial 53-man roster. So he's not on a rookie deal. He's on that whatever deal they signed him after the.
Yeah, he's low key on. Well, he is on a contract year next year, then, isn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
See what he does.
And he hasn't like. I mean, he's at a big. He'll have a big sample size, but not compared to like. Really season and a half.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he can impress. Hopefully he can do what he did. But you'd love to see him impress and get that bag. Somewhere you can go if you want to look to impress and get a bag is Lady Jane's, because you can come into Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment on your dream home up to $200,000. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, no appointment necessary, because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Matrix Home Solution is your go-to for any home project.
Come on,
looking for
Noah.
a new man cave? They are the basement remodel experts. They also specialize in bathrooms and kitchens. They also have an A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau. Call 888-594-8844 or go to matrixhomesolutions.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex.
What up, though?
We got young Chris in the TD booth. Noah Wahlberg on the ones and twos.
Yeah.
Hello.
Screwing up Chris's.
What?
Jesus, he didn't unmute Chris's mic for like the first time.
Oh.
I'm a tree.
I hate trees.
Real quick update on the Daniel Jeremiah mock draft too. You actually have the Detroit Lions selecting Trenton Simpson, the linebacker, with the 18th pick. That's a linebacker out of Clemson. Says Lions add another athletic playmaker in Simpson who could slide right next to Malcolm Rodriguez to form an excellent young linebacking corps. Which I
don't hate that.
Can't be mad at it.
Yeah, can't be mad at that one. I didn't read what he did say on Devon Witherspoon real quick too. I fell in love with Witherspoon's skill set after the first game I studied. He is dripping with instincts and possesses outstanding ball skills. His feisty play style would fit with the culture Dan Campbell and company are building in Detroit. I'm not mad at that one either.
Don't hate it.
He can lay the wood. I'll say that much.
Pause. No, I'm with you.
Him and Kirby are probably boys.
That's all I was
For
gonna say.
sure.
The chemistry would be there for sure.
Yeah.
That is true. I'm not opposed to it.
But does he know David Blau?
Does he know David Blau?
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't. He doesn't. I think. Another thing with Chris Gonzalez too. I think he's like, it's coming in this division.
He's big, man.
Yeah,
he's big.
Big body guy, and I think you're gonna need that for Christian Watson
And Justin Jefferson.
And
whoever the Bears get, because they're getting somebody.
They're getting somebody.
Yeah.
What
do you guys think about Ringo out of Georgia?
So I'm not a big Ringo guy. First and foremost, like watching him on tape, and I don't want to sound like disrespectful to him and his skill set. He may be a tremendous corner, but I just feel like a lot of his like highlights and plays were more like opportunistic ones, not like necessarily like caused by him. Kind of like the Amani Warrior.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of his. Like, it looks good on tape because it's an interception at the end of the day, but it was more so like opportunistic interception. It wasn't because he was locking someone down, just picked that ball off. It was like a tip ball or something like that.
He was such a dog last year.
Matter of fact, I think Killy's more of a zone guy too. I can't say specifically, but just from a little bit that I have watched.
And that's what we talked about. We talked about it with Russell Brown, and he said he's very good side to side, but his verticality and getting burnt deep is where he doesn't see it.
Yeah.
Very much with him is like his acceleration on vertical routes, and like you said, that could be in this division going up against guys like Justin Jefferson and Christian Watson. That could be detrimental.
And I think like the play style of Aaron Glenn's defense for the secondary at least is man to man.
Yeah.
More so like zone. So although Keely might be good, I don't think it fits our system like what the Detroit Lions are doing.
Yeah, I agree. I thought the same thing, but I just was curious on that because we never brought him up because he's always up there in the mock drafts. Yeah, the top guys, but it's just
falling now though too. Like,
the thing is,
this one kid came out of nowhere. I feel like.
Yeah, it's just like I don't think because he's playing at Georgia. Obviously, he's their number one corner. But the whole thing is like I don't think he has any hype if he doesn't get that pick 6 in the national championship game, or I don't know if it was national championship against Bama.
I think he'll have some hype,
but that's when like Ringo was born.
It's like,
you know
what'd
what
you do
I mean?
for me lately?
Yeah, like
the biggest stage he showed out for sure.
John, George, Paul,
Ringo.
Shout out.
I wrote a song about an octopus. Oh, here you go, Ringo. We'll put it up right on the fridge so everyone can see it.
Was that from
Family Guy?
Oh, what? Cause he's like the unloved one or something.
He was the untalented Beatle, like the one that.
What do you do?
He's in the Beatles. He's the
no,
drummer.
I know, but like, what do you do within the band?
He's the drummer.
Oh.
Well, I mean, they could all like do everything, but he was basically a drummer. Shut up, Ringo. You're lucky we still let you play your drums.
We're talking draft. We're kind of go over the Daniel Jeremiah mock draft. That actually wasn't even on the slate today, but it just popped up while we were live. And I'm definitely down with the quarterback stuff like that. Perfect pairing, though, in my opinion. I'm not going to get over that. The Marcus Peterson thing, and along with drafting one of these guys, I think
because he's got to prove something for himself too. That's what I said. Because Okuda's got to definitely work on his press coverage. Because when Okuda's in phase, he's fine most of the time. It's when Okuda's getting burned off the line and scrambling and panic. Yeah. And I think Marcus Peters is a guy who, in big games, has shown he not only can pick the ball if he can take it to the house. I mean, his days with the Chiefs, I think he was one of the best corners in the league. And I think when you give him to a guy like Aaron Glenn,
he's pretty damn good on the Rams too.
Yeah, he was. With Talib, they were one of the best combos in the league.
I love
they were all cold.
So I mean, I think Talib is what Marcus Peters needed, and now Marcus Peters saw what Aqib Talib did. He can bring that to the Lions.
You talk about the attitude of like a secondary player you want to have.
Yeah.
Having Marcus Peters and Aqib Talib in the same secondary.
Yeah.
Just bullies. Aqib Talib's literally out there snatching people's chains on the field.
Man.
Marcus Peters is going up to fans in the stands saying, "Where are you from?" Like,
he's
from Compton, bro. Wrong. And you know, I love Aqib Talib, man.
And you would build one of those secondaries too. One of the ones that you and I personally love, just based off football fandom. I'm only bringing the comp out to like
say it.
Do it. The Legion of Boom.
Yeah, bro. Brandon Browner, Richard Sherman.
Corners, 6'4" corners. You got boomers and the playmakers in that backfield with Tracy Walker and Kirby Joseph.
I can't wait for Tracy to come
back. I talked to KJ Wright about it today.
6 foot guy and Marcus Peters back there, playmaker. 6 foot guy and Jeff Okuda, 6 foot guy and whoever you grab in this draft, whether it's Gonzalez or Witherspoon, like.
We talked to KJ Wright on BDE today.
James Houston, Aiden Hudson rushing the quarterbacks into making silly throws with playmaking. Come on, dog.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Give me that.
If we have Kirby, Deshaun Elliott, and Kirby Joseph, that like if we could put one of them in the box, we could run some hybrid ass defense.
Deshaun Elliott would be in the box at all times for sure.
Why are you distracting while he's talking?
Yeah, Noah.
He's holding up a shaft on the window.
What a piece of work,
dude,
man.
Exposing him.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But we talked to KJ Wright about that today, and I talked to him about how probably my favorite defense of all time is that Legion of Boom because they were just so fun to watch. And a lot of people do talk about Brandon Browner and Bobby Wagner and KJ Wright and obviously the defensive line and obviously Richard Sherman. But what I thought the most important part of it was Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor. Cam Chancellor is one of my favorite NFL players of all time. Dude is an absolute monster out there in strong safety. And I asked him, like, how do you equate that to what the Lions are building in their secondary with guys like a combination of Tracy Walker and Kirby Joseph or Deshaun Elliott and Kirby Joseph? And he's like, I like a lot about what the Lions are building right now. That combination over top He's like, there would be no Legion of Boom without Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor. And he's like, I like a lot about what Detroit is building. It's very similar. It's good to have that communication and that kind of repertoire where you have, like we talked about before, that Earl Thomas-esque ball hawk going sideline to sideline, laying hits, making plays on the ball.
Yeah.
And then a guy like obviously Cam Chancellor's like the epitome of what you want.
Tracy.
Like, Tracy or Deshaun Elliott that's in there just laying the stick on people.
Yep.
And, dude, I could watch Cam Chancellor highlights
for sure
for hours. I love Cam Chancellor.
They changed the rules. Remember, he used to just jump over the line, block kicks?
Yeah.
Like
he did it like it was like Palomalu did it, and then Cam did it.
Yeah.
Cam got flagged like back-to-back plays for doing it one time, I think.
And I think he still got it, like the final one too. Cam's a dog, and they changed it where you can't do that anymore now too. But this actually was supposed to be about quarterbacks, but we're still just drooling over the defense. I don't know what Brad Holmes is going to do, but I hope he's listening to the show right now, Mr. Holmes. Like, I feel like that just makes sense. Does it not, Noah? Or you just been drawing dicks and showing them to Lucas?
Seriously. No, it makes sense. I just like that you called him Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes?
Yeah.
He earned it. He earned the respect.
Man, he did earn the respect to being Mr. Holmes.
Sir Reginald Brad Holmes, the fourth Esquire.
Mr. Holmes. All right, let's go to break. There is, we got a couple places we could take this thing. We go with the quarterback replacement ones. There actually is a graphic in there for that one, Chris. I don't know if you, okay, cool. Or, well, let's do that, and then we'll jump into playoff previews. You want to do that playoff preview first? All right.
Quarterback replacements.
Yeah.
We can do that every day.
You're right.
We just did it yesterday. But the official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network is the Butchery. You can call 248-682-2697. Yes, 248-682-COWS. Or move on over and order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The Butchery. Meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for. Wagyu meats and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for our meat-loving customers. An old-school butcher shop from a new-school perspective.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
Get a shot up. This is for the win.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Downtown Downtown Detroit's all decked out with the return of the Cadillac Lodge and Monroe Street Midway. The Midway has a giant slide, winter bumper cars, and indoor arcade. Plus, you grab drinks at the Lodge before or after games. Shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with deckedoutdetroit.com.
Uptime. Network.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. What up?
I fucking love Ryder Body, man.
Network.
He just goes to the back and just yells random. Network.
He's got
Uptime. He started that shit. All that shit.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
You know why?
He would always just yell random shit during the
Fish
reads.
did it.
Yeah.
And then he was like,
Uptime.
Yeah, well, first he didn't like it because they'd be reading and Fish would do it. Now he does it.
Dude, I love Ryder.
Welcome back
Shout out
to
to
Woodward
Ryder.
Heavyweights. Yeah, shout out to Ryder Money. He's OG. We've got our first, I think we got our first party date with Ryan.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited for.
He said he's got to prepare for it.
So we got to prepare
for it.
Yeah.
Have him fighting the milfs off with a stick.
And the gills. He was
And
talking
the
about it the
gills.
other day.
Hey, we don't want to talk about we got to see him. He's professional. We can't always be airing out his gilf stuff, Lucas.
Dude, he's
got the attraction.
The 60 and up crowd is all about Ryan Armani.
I just don't know if he likes when we say that stuff on air. You know how he is.
Yeah, people know.
I'm just looking out for the
You know,
dog.
you know.
If you know, you know.
He did live on Fox 2. He was talking about the casinos letting people smoke
my
again.
first
He was
day.
like, Yeah, we're going to be ripping darts and pulling levers. I was like, this is my fucking hero.
Ryan is definitely a real one. All right, guys, you want to break down the playoffs? We're going to start it up with our home division, the NFC, National Football Conference. You got the Giants versus Eagles, Cowboys versus 49ers. Which one do you guys want to do first?
Let's do NFC first, closer to home.
You'll play some music in this one?
No.
No?
No.
All right.
Everybody hates the music.
I don't hate the music. You want to do Cowboys versus 49ers first?
Yeah, let's go Cowboys first.
All right. What do you expect to happen?
I expect the 49ers to win. I expect them to win handily. I would take the 49ers with the points in this one. Like I talked about before, this is my lock of the week, so we'll see how it goes. Obviously, the Cowboys look good, but they looked good against geriatric Brady and the bust bums. So I just expect the 49ers to go out there and take care of business. What Dallas does well is play defense, but the 49ers do it better. And yeah, the Dallas has all those rush ends. They have Micah Parsons, but the 49ers have Trent Williams, who's probably the best offensive lineman in the NFL. And even if Micah Parsons isn't lined up against Trent Williams, you know he's got whoever he's lined up with one-on-one. So you're putting all the double teams against the other side, against Micah Parsons, whoever it is, because Trent Williams will hold down that other side. And Brock Purdy's dude, something special. He's playing like a child of prophecy. Like, he's going out there and balling. Kyle Shanahan is a wizard. I expect the 49ers to win and win comfortably.
You want to make you sweat?
Huh?
You want me to make you sweat real quick?
Why?
You like Brock Purdy? I like Brock Purdy too, by the way.
Yeah.
You want to hear the defenses he's played?
He's never won against on Saturday.
He's never won against Saturday,
he's
dude.
The opposite of he's the mega Trevor Lawrence.
Here's the teams that Brock Purdy's played. You stop me when you hear good defense, okay? Miami Dolphins.
Stop. No.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I mean, they had a pretty good defense.
No.
Yeah.
Seattle Seahawks. Tampa Bay Bucks had a good defense this year?
I would say that they just got exposed on offense and then put them in short field position, and you're going to rack up points like that.
I don't think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had a good defense this year.
It's not as good as it has been, but you can't take away, like, Devin White, Levante David. Vita Vea was hurt most of the season, but they still had guys on the defensive line that were still getting after it. I don't think you can just dismiss them like that. They're definitely at least solid. They're definitely not bad.
I was about to say, no way.
Give us some numbers.
The Bucks were number 1 in total defense, but that was last year.
All right, what about this year?
They got to be at least top 16.
They're number 1 in... Oh, no. It reset again. Jesus. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And...
passing defense.
Okay.
Stop.
All right.
And 6th in rushing defense.
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
Let me look at the point totals real quick. Hold on.
Scoring defense. They are...
What do you mean then? They're playing that weak-ass NC South.
7th in scoring defense.
All right. I'll give them credit for that
But
one.
at the beginning of the year, they weren't that good because they had a bunch of injuries, so that's probably why, like, at the beginning of the year, they weren't that good.
I'll put the Bucks up there. All right, so we got Dolphins, no. Bucks, sure. Seahawks,
No.
Commanders,
they got pieces, but they're young.
Well, Commanders got a little better actually.
Yeah.
Commanders' defense was great.
Their secondary is nothing crazy though. It's their front seven.
Raiders,
2, 3, 4.
No.
Cardinals,
Commanders was the 7th ranked defense on the year.
and then the Seahawks.
No, especially when they
Again.
played the Seahawks a second time because Jordan Brooks wasn't even there.
No.
Like look, I'll give you the Buccaneers and the Commanders. I'll give you 2, and I think they actually played Commanders with Young's first game back.
Yeah, but still, it's not like he's
Commanders'
back.
defense is
They haven't seen Micah Parsons yet. They haven't seen a level. I don't think they've seen a defense like the Cowboys' defense is out cold, and they got the
49ers
playmaker.
defense is better.
The 49ers defense is better for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm giving you Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy playing against the defense he hasn't seen like at all this year. I think the Cowboys can actually surprise the 49ers in this game. I know it's going to be on the road too. Now, you have the 49ers defense. I think that's what it comes down to. But, I mean, there's some pieces on this Dallas offense as well. What are you going to say, Chris?
Counter to that Brock Purdy
Over.
point. Yeah, over. Dak Prescott threw 11 interceptions in 7 games. So you might not get good quarterback play on either side. And I'm taking the more talented team, so I'll take the 49ers. What was that? I couldn't fully hear that.
This guy stinks.
The Cowboys better hope that they lose this round because they scraped by Gardner Minshew and the Eagles last time. So there's no way they're beating Philly at home. So if they lose to the 49ers, I think it would be much more of a satisfying loss to be on the brink of the Super Bowl and get waxed by Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? Because I think Philly and 49ers are both very similar team as far as how they're built. You're relying on the team, not so much the quarterback. I mean, Jalen Hurts is a dog.
So you're jumping ahead. You're saying Philly's automatically winning the Giants game?
Yeah.
I'm with you too.
Yeah. I think.
What about the Niners and Cowboys?
Yeah, it was Niners and Cowboys.
Niners, Cowboys.
One game at a time, rookie.
I would 100%. I'm not trusting Rain Dakota Prescott to win 2 must-win games in prime time back-to-back.
That's fair,
I
too.
understand that he played great last week.
He did.
But he's one of those quarterbacks where he's going to play great 1 week, and then the week where you're not really watching the following, he's not going to play good. And this is that following week, and he's playing against the number 1 ranked defense. And I don't really think the Cowboys have seen an offensive line or running game like the 49ers. I understand they've played the Eagles, but Christian McCaffrey and Miles Sanders are a completely different level of running back.
Yes.
Not to mention, you're going to have Debo running it out of the backfield too, and he's like a Pro Bowl running back by himself.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to have their hands full. If you deal with those two, then you got Kittle beating you up the middle. I know they said Jaron Kearse might be out. I know it's a small name when it comes to NFL terms, but to the Cowboys, Jaron Kearse is absolutely huge. So if he's out, I really don't think
Brandon
there's a chance
Ayuk's
for
been a
him.
dog this year for the Niners too.
They're just so full everywhere. And I can't say his name. Who's the safety for the Niners?
I don't know.
Tuafunga.
Yeah, something like that. I can't say his name either. But
he is a menace.
Yeah,
he is a menace.
crazy.
I would want nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
He's a psycho.
Me, I'm betting on the Cowboys this weekend, and I
Good
get
luck.
like traditionally they melt and you know can't
falling into the trap.
The only thing I can stand about the Cowboys is
What if I
Tony
told you
Pollard.
Neil's betting the Cowboys as well because he is.
Yeah, I'm betting the Cowboys. Brock's again. I don't think Brock's faced a defense this level. And I'm looking at the Buccaneers schedule too. I mean, this is who they built that top 10 ranked defense against. Teams like the Steelers, Panthers twice a year, the Rams are broken. Ravens put points on them, so I'm not really counting that one. Seahawks had a pretty good offense. They did hold them down. The Browns, frickin' Saints again, like garbage teams. You know what I'm saying, like, you're gonna have some good defensive stats. That's who you're playing.
What week did Dak come back?
Dak came back at the Detroit Lions, actually.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go figure.
So after they
and he
came
only
back,
put up 13 points, keep in
yeah,
mind. And that's when
they put up 24 against the Lions. They put up 49 against the Bears. But then the Packers beat them 31-28. They swacked the Vikings, but the Vikings are frauds. 28-20 against the Giants. Jesus, 54 against the Colts. Like they played a bunch of bum teams too.
Yeah.
27.
But
They
when
almost
they're beating
lost to the
shit out of them,
Texans.
though.
Yeah.
Watch what
When
happens.
you're beating the shit out of teams, you got a good team. You know.
Yeah,
They
but
lost the, well, they
it's because of their running game. Like, watch what happens when Zeke can't get in the red zone and do his thing. I'm sure Tony Pollard's going to have some success just because he's so dynamic. But
Tony Pollard's a dog.
when they can't rely on that play-action game and you're going to make Dak drop back 30, 40-plus times, that's how you get the Cowboys to lose. And I think that's what's going to happen in this game, especially because the 49ers are going to create pressure for the offensive line, creating penalties. I mean, the Cowboys are known to create a lot of penalties. I don't really know how they have been this year, but just over the time, they create a lot of penalties, so they're going to be behind the chains a lot.
And the
too.
Cowboys haven't played a defense like the 49ers all year either. And the 49ers have the best defensive player in football, Nick Bosa, and the best linebacker in football, in Fred Warner.
And you could say the best safety this year.
Yeah.
Taking the Cowboys. Taking Niners?
Yeah.
Taking Niners?
Without a doubt.
No, I mean, you're not going to be here Monday, but who are you taking?
Shake's head.
Yeah, Shake's head.
49ers.
Yeah.
49ers.
Yeah.
Chris, you want in on this?
Yeah, I'm taking the 49ers. Easy money.
5, 10, 15, 20. We'll make some
Yeah,
$5
man,
bets.
here by a lot.
I'm down.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I got the Cowboys. All right. Eagles versus Giants. At first, I was like, division game. Giants might have a chance.
Giants. What's the spread on that?
I don't know.
I'll look.
I think
yeah,
it was very high for the Eagles. I think it was.
It probably
like,
is
Yeah.
because
really
it's
high.
Philly at home.
I know. I think the largest spread I think is Chiefs
Jags.
minus 8.5.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I was buying into it a little bit. It is minus 7.5 for
Minus
Philly.
7.5 for Philly.
I was buying into the Giants hype a little bit, but then I realized they played the Vikings. The Vikings are sorry as fuck. Vikings did not deserve to be there. It's quite annoying to watch the Vikings, Giants, and Tom Brady in the playoffs this year.
Yeah,
No, the
Seahawks.
Detroit Lions did this season they did, but I think the Eagles are going to smack the Giants.
Really?
I think, yeah. I mean, Daniel Jones and the boys look good. Remember who they played? The Vikings. Now, their defense is good too, but you got one of the what's his name? Lane Johnson coming back for the offensive line for
the
those
dog
guys.
mask.
Yeah,
He's coming back.
Lane Johnson, man.
I think it's really dependent on
Jason
how
Kelsey's probably
Jason.
the best center in football.
Yeah, I think it's really dependent on how Jalen Hurts comes back and if he's fully healthy from that shoulder injury he had, because it was his throwing shoulder. But man-to-man coverage, those receivers that the Giants have aren't doing shit against the Eagles defense.
Yeah, that's when you have Isaiah Hodgins going 8 receptions, 100+ yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen the next game. That's no like flack to him, but it's just he hasn't done that consistently over his career. You brought up Darius Slay, and he has the case of the drops all the time. And when you have Bradbury, Slay, C.J. Gardner-Johnson's going to be smacking people left and right. So
I don't expect Daniel Jones to have another game like he did in the first week of the playoffs. I don't expect Daniel Jones to go out there and be the best quarterback in the playoffs again. So I'm going to definitely go the Eagles. And you talked about the Giants receivers not being able to hang with the Eagles cornerbacks. Giants cornerbacks aren't going to be able to hang with the Eagles receivers either. A.J. Brown is a dog. Devontae Smith is great. Like they're going to go out there, and I think they embarrass them as well.
Yeah, Eagles all day.
I think it's going to be a 10-plus point game.
All right, Eagles. What about you, Chris?
I think it's going to be very close. I think it's going to be very close because from my outside perspective of football, it just seems like the Eagles are that team that's declining at the wrong time. Like the playoffs are all about who's hot. And like the Giants, like I'm not making the Eli Manning Giants comparison, but they picked it up the last couple weeks. I know the last time they played the Eagles embarrassed them. Sure. But playoffs are more traditionally run. I think it's going to be closer. And Hurts, like when your starting quarterback / MVP is hurt, like that does scare me when you don't know how healthy they are. So I think it's going to be close. But even though I want to pick the Giants, I really want to pick the Giants. There is too much talent on Philly, so I think Philly will win in an actually close game.
I'm going. Philly's definitely going to win, but I think it's honestly the crucial guy for Philly. I think is going to be Dallas Goedert because I don't.
Giants been terrible at stopping tight ends too.
And Adoree Jackson's coming back. I don't think he's a lockdown corner by any means, but he's definitely better than what they've been dealing with all year. So I think they're going to focus on, like you were saying, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, but Dallas Goedert, especially cold game, I think they'll be riding him.
No.
Pause.
Pause.
Philadelphia all day. DJ Danny Dimes is going to be spinning in the pocket looking for nobody because all the receivers are just going to be covered. No chance. No shot. Bye-bye.
Don't forget about that defensive line, too. Dominic and Sue, Jordan Davis, Rob Quinn.
Dexter Hargrave.
I think they were the first time in NFL history they had 4 guys with 10-plus sacks.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like when you have a quarterback on a rookie deal, you can afford a lot of good players on that team. Weird.
Yeah.
Not 12%.
Not 12%. So who do you got the Eagles?
Yeah, Eagles all day.
Yeah, it's the defense is going to show out. And if you want your defense to show out, all you got to do is go to Guardian Alarm because it's the new year, so let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs, 24/7 local monitoring. Call them anytime, day or night, and know that Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And, of course, technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserve technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT right now and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Don't be fat.
Don't be fat.
Custom Health Centers has helped our very own Ryan Armani lose upwards of 25 pounds. And look at him. He went from Corey Spaghetti to Corey Maggette. But in all seriousness, he has enlisted the help of Custom Health Centers and has lost upwards of 25 pounds. You can do the same thing. You just got to call them at 844-789-8446. That's 844-789-8446. Call Custom Health Centers today and let them help you lose some weight.
I apologize. I was supposed to mention this 40 minutes ago. We are giving away Detroit Red Wings tickets, actual tickets to the game, as soon as we hit our likes in that chat. So make sure you guys hit that like button. Maybe I'll try exchanging for some Pistons tickets, but the prior Red Wings tickets because the money's already been spent.
Yeah.
But actual Red Wings tickets, as soon as we hit 100 likes. So make sure we'll find a BS word, or maybe who has the funniest comment making fun of Luke or Noah. We'll award them to you guys. I apologize, Luke and Noah. You're about to get savage. If I can, you might not do too bad. It's tomorrow at the Flyers, by the way, 7 p.m. So if you're available for that one, I guess, so that helps you guys make that decision. Time for the AFC playoffs. AFC playoffs have been lit. They continue to be lit too. Because Patrick Mahomes coming out, 1 week rested. Actually, what game do you want to start first with that one? You want to do Jaguars or Chiefs? Actually, let's do Jaguars Chiefs because that game's actually on a Saturday. Check your phone, he's saying. I'll just... What?
He looks so worried.
Jaguars at Chiefs. Lucas, you specifically wanted to come on to talk playoff football, so let's start with you first.
I mean, yeah, I think Chiefs are going to win, but I think people are kind of expecting this to be a smacking, which, in all honesty, it very well could be. But I really don't think it is because Trevor Lawrence, I think, is literally a clone of Joe Burrow, just how they play football, their leadership ability. Like, Trevor Lawrence threw 4 picks, and they showed him on the sideline. He literally wasn't phased at all. You look at Kirk Cousins, you look at even Jared Goff. I'm happy he's the Lions quarterback, but when you're down that much, you can tell they have no faith. Trevor Lawrence, he doesn't care. He's going to go out there and ball. So I think even when the Jaguars are down 14-21, you can't count them out whatsoever. And I think when you have a guy like Josh Allen on the defensive side of the ball for them, I think he can create a lot of havoc for him because he's athletic. I know Mahomes is mobile, but he's got a lot of speed. And then Tyson Campbell for the Jaguars. He's a very underrated cornerback. Against the Cowboys, he had 18 tackles and 2 interceptions, the pick 6 to win the game. He's going to be one of those guys who I think, like I said, if they can stop Mahomes 3 times, they could very well easily win this game. I would take the spread there for the Jaguars, not the money line, but the spread. But yeah, it's going to be closer than I think people expect.
Yeah, I'm obviously going with the Chiefs for sure. The Chiefs are going to win. I think they'll win by a touchdown, but the 8.5, I've seen it at 9 in some spots.
I think it's at 9 now.
Is a little makes you want to think about it and maybe take the Jaguars with the points. But I'm going to take the Chiefs. I do think they win and they cover the spread.
Yeah, I flirt with the Jaguars and the points. You could draw up a storyline where the Jaguars win this one. They did invest a lot in their defense in back-to-back years. They have Josh Allen on the defensive line. They got, obviously, what the hell's his name? Trayvon Walker. There's a couple guys on that defensive line. They got Chad Muma. They got Devin Lloyd. Like, they've invested in that defense heavily. The offense, I think, is, you can't say bound to go off, but they can go off. I think Trevor Lawrence is he's going to be the next guy. You made the comparison to Joe Burrow. I think he might even be better than Joe Burrow.
He could be.
All said and done. I think he's better with running the ball. I think he's better he's him. Honestly, Trevor Lawrence is out cold. You have the storyline of Doug Peterson being a descendant of Andy Reid, so he's kind of familiar with like Andy Reid's philosophies and how he likes to win games. Actually, quarterback and coordinator for Andy Reid, but ultimately, I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes, man. He's just too good. He's just too good. It'd be hard for me to bet against him.
It's hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes, especially the way they've been playing this year and how their offense has looked almost more complete than it has.
If truly, I mean, you took at Tyreek Hill, and he's just as productive.
Just as productive. They have a great offensive line this year too, so that'll help a lot. He's not going to be running for his life like he was in that Super Bowl against the Bucs.
Yeah, missing offensive lineman in that game.
Would you guys be more confident in the Jaguars beating the Chiefs or the Bills beating the Chiefs?
So
the Bills.
Yeah.
Right now, even after how they played against Skylar Thompson?
Yes.
Yeah. They beat him earlier this year, too.
I would be nervous if I was the Bills facing the Jaguars.
Well, it sounds like we're all taking the Chiefs then, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to this game then, which is a little bit more interesting. The Bengals versus Bills. This one's at wherever the hell. What town is there?
Buffalo?
Yeah.
Buffalo?
What do they call it? Something Park, though?
Oh, I don't know.
Allen.
Trailer Park.
Is it Allen?
Trailer Park? No, it's not.
Trailer Park, Buffalo, New York. Either way.
I think this is Buffalo, New York.
Bills, Bengals. Who we got?
This one, you look at, it's I'm going to take the Bengals with the points, and I think they might win outright. They are down their starting left tackle and starting right guard already.
Yeah.
So that's tough. But Joe Burrow got sacked 9 times against the Titans last year and still won a playoff game. So I'm going to take the Bengals to cover. I just think Joe Burrow's the man. I love Joe Burrow, and that trio of wide receivers is nasty. So give me the Bengals to cover for sure, and probably get the dub.
I got you. I'm same thing.
Yeah.
Like I definitely would like to think the Bengals have a fighting chance. I'm not going to discount like Joe Burrow, but you're down 3 of your 5 offensive linemen, and the offensive line that was kind of already struggling at points throughout the season. I got to go with the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Although Josh Allen, I think I heard it was Bill something. He said he may become the Russell Westbrook of the NFL, which is like super like highlight plays, but like trash with turnovers. Like
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's disrespectful.
That is mad disrespectful. But
I mean, Russ won
to
MVP.
both though. Like
yeah,
yeah. That is fair.
Orchard Park, Gromit 0237.
Shout out, thank you, Gromit. Bills.
Going Bills.
I'm going Bills. What are you? I think it sounds like you're going Bills.
I
too.
mean, I'm not. I honestly think the Josh Allen elbow thing. I understand that that's kind of went away, but I truly think it's still in effect. Like if you are throwing the football, and if he was in the MLB, it would require Tommy John surgery. And if you're a quarterback, I don't care how that plays out. That's affecting you, especially in the cold. And when you're having a quarterback like Joe Burrow, how Spence said, I think the best trio in the NFL, receiver-wise, we've probably seen over the last 3 years, in my opinion. And we just talked about Trevor Lawrence is him, but right now, Joe Burrow, I think, besides Patrick Mahomes, is the best quarterback in the NFL, and I think it'd be hard to dispute.
Over Josh Allen?
Yeah, without a doubt, because I think Josh Allen is more of a bred athlete, but Joe Burrow is made to play the quarterback position, if that makes sense. Like Josh Allen is a big athlete who can whip the football around and make some crazy plays, but Joe Burrow is like he's an intellectual like quarterback. Like that's what Joe Burrow was made to do. Joe Burrow was put on this earth to play quarterback.
Josh Allen's like LeBron, like the freak athlete that can kind of do everything or just do whatever the fuck he wants.
Burrow's like Kobe.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say level of greatness, but I'm just saying how they attack the game. Like it's just that mentality of like I'm better than you, you can't stop me. And I just think when you have that quarterback with those amount of weapons, it's hard to beat.
Yeah, I'm going. So you're taking the Bengals?
Yeah, the Bengals are my Super Bowl pick.
The offensive line doesn't scare you at all?
No, because Jeffrey Simmons last year was about is about as good as you can play as a defensive tackle position, and he was all over Joe Burrow, and it didn't matter. I mean, the Titans kept the Bengals offense off the field with Derrick Henry, and Joe Burrow could score in 13 seconds. You know what I mean? Not literally, but he can get that offense where they need to go regardless of the time.
I mean, the Bills did struggle last week, but maybe they needed that. Like, you know how the situation went.
So did the Bengals, though. Tyler Huntley scraping away with that. If they don't knock that ball out at the goal line.
Who's more respectable, Tyler Huntley or Skylar Thompson?
Did I say... I said Tyler Huntley.
No, I said who's more respectable, though.
Oh, 100% Tyler Huntley.
Yeah.
I would love to see Tyler Huntley come to
Skylar
Detroit.
Thompson played well in that game, though.
He did all
right. I think Huntley played a better game than Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
Like I respect the Ravens team in that situation more than I did the
Ravens
Dolphins.
got no receivers, too.
Yeah, like that Dolphins game should have. I don't want to say blowout because it'd be disrespectful to Dolphins, and Mike McDaniel's making a hell of a case for him being like a really good coach. Matter of fact, Coach of the Year conversations, that might be one that's sneaking up there too. I think Brady goes anywhere.
He needs to be.
There's no way he's retiring.
Where is he going to go?
Anywhere.
We'll see. I got to look at the contract stuff like that because he's almost in the
I would like to see Brady
Rodgers.
play again as a football fan, but just as a human being, I think Tom Brady.
Not a chance he retires after just throwing away his family.
You have a point there. Yeah, you're
for
definitely
one
right
season.
there. It's just for his sake, like, dude.
Yeah.
It's okay.
His
You're
dead
the GOAT.
cap would be $35 million. I just don't see how.
Brady?
Yeah, I just don't see how Tampa's like, yeah, we're just going to walk, we're good with just paying that.
Yeah.
He did bring him Super Bowl, but that's a lot of money. He might
Carolina
be
would be a nice spot for him.
Plus, like, you talk about teams like quarterback. I mean, Tampa still
Vegas.
has a squad. Brady played like shit.
Or the Dolphins.
Time for people to admit, Brady played like shit.
Yeah,
If I am...
they had an awful offensive line. He needs a great offensive line.
Outside of the myth of Tom Brady,
Yeah.
like... If just football perspective, like just watching what I've seen Tom Brady do as of late, it hasn't looked great. And like have another year of that, I'd rather just go a younger route. I mean, truthfully, if you got to trade for him too, $35 million is what they're going to have to pay him. I mean, actually, he's definitely walking. There's just no savings. Yeah, $35 million dead. I just don't know how that works out where he'd be leaving Tampa.
I just love Tom Brady. I want to see him play forever.
Yeah, that interception, I don't know. I think it was in the beginning of the game where he like double pumped it and threw it to the back of the end zone. Like we were at the 5-yard line. Like that's not a Tom Brady play. Like you can tell he's just not himself right now.
I definitely see.
I would just hate to see him like die the villain, quote unquote. Is like, oh, is he really the GOAT? Like he doesn't have a team around him. And
there's
now
no
he's
way
losing.
anyone can say he's not. The
You
GOAT.
know, there's idiots around there who would say that, like the Mahomes Dick Riders that would be on there.
Oh, you're fine. Cock.
Yeah, it's cock worse
I don't know
than
what
dick.
the difference. Yeah, I don't know why I said sorry.
I mean,
and then
cock's
dropped
like,
another.
I feel like cock
penis
is
innuendo.
automatic alarms people because you only hear it in porn.
Yeah.
So it's like oh shit. People think I'm watching porn now.
It's a rooster.
Dude, no, I hate you. Big Boy. Comfort food. I'm just kidding. No, I love you. Comfort foods are back at Big Boy. Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the classic meatloaf or Cajun chicken Alfredo. What about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The Lumberjack, the Santa Fe Garden, or the Blockbuster. Stop in your local Big Boy today and satisfy those taste buds.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D.
Chris licks his cat.
Sanitized rooms with trained and certified tanning professionals. I do not. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals where they beat all competitors by $5.
$8?
No, $5.
Oh, okay.
You dog lover. Don't forget to pick up Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Caltan, and Swedish Beauty Lotions. I shouldn't have said that, Spencer. Dogs are not. I shouldn't insult dogs.
I like
love
cats
dogs,
too.
ChiliPeppersTanning.com, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans, your vitamin D headquarters. ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
Welcome back to World Heavyweights, live on WoodSports.com. The Rodgers thing, the Brady thing, I would actually need like someone smart to break that down for me with cap wise.
Yeah.
I'm talking like a real cap person, not Neil Rule, like someone that actually knows what I'm talking about. Because like that money just makes no sense.
Yeah.
35 for Brady, it was like 99 for Rodgers. Like the Green Bay's just
You
like,
got to
all
pay
right,
every year of that too.
see you later. Like, yeah, you can go.
That's like people are saying they're going to release Jalen Ramsey. Like Jalen Ramsey's got $26 million in dead cap next year.
Yeah.
They're not releasing him.
That one's more likely though, in my opinion, because that's a lot of money to pay corner too. Well, they might as well keep him for the next year.
Yeah, I was saying, who do they have? Like, who better do they have to have?
Yeah,
Might as well
let me
pay it
pull
with
up
him
right
on
now.
your team.
Yeah, yeah, and in the last game too, he's a dog. Like if you're gonna get rid of him, like someone's definitely gonna trade for him.
Yeah, not to mention Aaron Donald was out there towards the end of the year, so that's just going to give the quarterback so much more time.
Yeah, $24 million dead cap hit for Jalen Ramsey, but still less than 35 with Brady, than 99 with Aaron Rodgers. I just don't. We'll have to find what's his name? Pompliano.
Christ, is that true?
Is what true?
Rustin Burks. Rodgers will make $59 million next year if he plays.
Rodgers.
Probably will, dude.
No way he doesn't play.
He drained the Packers so much last offseason.
Yeah, I don't know why they gave
emotionally and financially.
No.
I'll play for Aaron. I'll play for Aaron Rodgers. He can take $50 million. I'll just take the 9.
Rodgers' cap hit for 2023 is $31 million.
He's got a cannon.
But if he stays until 2025, his cap hit jumps to 59. But if they cut him, it's literally $99 million.
Playing quarterback out there.
Who was that?
It could have been like Scotty Thompson.
Who was that quarterback back in the day? He played at Kentucky, and then he played
Chubby
for the
one?
Giants.
The
for
fat
a little
one?
bit. Yeah.
He was in the. I think he went to the Canadian Football League.
Yeah, he was tearing it up.
I can't remember his name.
Oh, I'm
Big
gonna look
Ben?
it up.
I'm playing.
No. Dude, Big Ben. That video of Big Ben at practice where he's like doing the quarterback drills and they're like throwing pads at him and he's supposed to like dodge them, but he just hits him with the football. He like knocks into one of them. It's so funny, dude. Too bad the guy's a raper.
There he is. Jared Lorenzen. I typed in fat NFL QB and his picture popped up.
Nice.
R.I.P. I guess.
Wow.
Sad.
What?
Jared Lorenzen. That's his name, Jared Lorenzen?
Yeah.
Rip.
Oh, shit, we got to give away those tickets.
Oh, damn. No, we're not at 100 likes.
We're not at 100 likes?
No, we need 10 more.
Giving out Detroit Red Wings tickets at 100 likes. 10 more likes away. Make sure you guys hit the like button. I'm going to save this one, actually, for next week.
And if you don't, me and Eazy will just go.
Yeah, that was the original plan. But breaking down the makeup of this year's contenders and how close the Detroit Lions are close to them, saving that for next week.
For sure.
Sorry, boys. Apologize.
I can't talk about the Red Wings, at least, because they had a big win last night in Vegas. They won 3-2 over the Golden Knights, who have by far the worst helmets in the history of sports. Those Vegas Golden Knight buckets are awful. But Kubalik, Raymond, and Veleno all got on the board. Veleno ended up being the game winner. It was impressive. Ville Husso got back on track, stopping 33 of 35 shots against him. And they're playing pretty good defensively. You saw Sherratt step up, make some big hits, do some things, which was good because Sherratt has been playing on and off. Not great some nights, pretty well some nights. But he had a good game last night, so I was happy to see that. A lot of puck movement in the offensive zone. Larkin, the forechecking was great. They harped on it in all two of the intermission breaks during the game, talking about the forechecking, because that was literally the reason Raymond got his goal, was the forecheck. They got the steal. Larkin got the puck in the zone, went to the net, kicked it over to Raymond, who tipped it in. It was a beautiful goal. And you love to see that bing, bang, boom, as my guy Mickey would say. But it is a lot you still need to see. It was an impressive win to see them bounce back after Larkin shared some kind of heavy statements after their loss in Arizona. So I was happy to see them bounce back against Vegas, get that win, but you still need to see them get better defensively. You still need to see them get better, more opportunistic, I would say. Kubalik did have the power play goal, but you still like to see that power play hum a little bit better. It was good, though. We can take it for what it is. One game at a time here. They got the dub. They got the points. They held off kind of a late rush from the Golden Knights to get that dub. So I'm very happy for that, and we'll see what goes on from here. But Lucas Raymond seems to be finding his stride again. He's on track to break his rookie season scoring total, so that's good. Larkin's on track to have his career high scoring total, so you like to see that. But they need something because Bertuzzi went down again. I'm not sure what the extent of the injury is, but it's not good when you see him go down. Obviously, the trade deadline's coming up. I believe it's on March 3rd, so we'll see what goes on there, because if you're not going to pay Bertuzzi, which he's going to ask for probably around $7 million a season, which I don't know if I'd be too keen to paying him that, but if you're not going to pay him, you got to move on from him, because you can't just let him walk. So you got to trade him and get something from him at the trade deadline, because even if he is injured, they can still get some use out of him. You know, he still was a 30 goal scorer in this league, so that would be impressive. But still, I just need somebody else to step up. Obviously, Berggren's been playing well. You'd like Joe Veleno he's been playing well too. The young cats have been stepping up a little bit, but they need more offensive firepower. Obviously, they don't have that 50-goal scorer on this roster. You're not going to get one at the trade deadline either, but we'll see what Stevie does. I'm sure they obviously freed up a lot of cap space by waiving Ned and waiving Verana and clearing up some space there, so maybe they move some things around, acquire some more lease guys just to weaponize that cap space, as Neil and D-Mac say, but we're going to see. We're going to see what's going on for the Red Wings. Hopefully they can take this game and kind of improve on it, build something, continue to play good, because we saw Larkin, he was not happy after that game. We saw other guys, I believe it was Wallman, was not happy after that game in Arizona. So they need to get better. They need to improve. They did against Vegas. Let's see if they can continue it and kind of hold over into their next game playing good hockey.
How close of a comp is like Jamal Williams to Bertuzzi?
No, Bertuzzi's good, man. Like I said, he's a 30-goal scorer.
So, well, I guess $7 million just ain't the same.
No.
It doesn't translate the same. He's not worth keeping.
He's not going to be the guy that take your hometown discount. You have other guys waiting in the wings that you expect to be a Bertuzzi. If you're comfortable paying Bertuzzi $7 million a year, then you can do that. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know if that number is good for me. I love Bert, though. I love how he plays. All the guys in the locker room love him, but, man, it's tough. It's tough. We'll see what goes on. Jeremy Anderson says he's a badass. He is a badass, and it's impressive when he's out there, but unfortunately he's been plagued with injury this season, and that's not anything against him. That's just sometimes how it happens. Some guys get unlucky. There's freak shit that happens, and you can't get healthy to stay a whole season. But I love Bert. I'd love to see him on this team long term, but there's decisions you got to make, and Larkin is also a guy you're going to have to pay. Larkin is the one that will probably take the hometown discount because he's the captain, because he's literally, this is his hometown. He's from Michigan.
Yeah.
He wants to be here. Bertuzzi's not going to do that. Bertuzzi's not going to be the guy that says, all right, I'll take $6 million a year.
Well, real quick before we got here, I do want to shout out our guy Nick from the Tailgate Wins. He's officially the Woodward Heavyweights brand new intern.
Shout out!
So keep a lookout for that one. We're doing some content with him. He's got season tickets, so he'll be doing some on-the-go interviews and stuff like that as well. But other than that, too, we got to give away some tickets. And Noah, who are we giving those Red Wings tickets? Did we hit 100?
We didn't hit 100.
No?
No.
We didn't hit 100.
All right, Spence, we're going to the game tomorrow.
You guys dropped the ball. We're going to the game. But we appreciate you all tapping in on the Woodward Sports Network, live from 5 to 7. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll see you guys on Monday. For the man to my left, the one and only Speak Easy, we got Chris Platty in the TD booth. Not JB Smooth. Noah on the ones and twos. Lucas in the Maz chair. And our guy Nick cutting it up in the back. I am Spencer Raxter. We'll see you guys Monday. Have a good weekend. Peace.
Adios. Adios, míos.